exposed.
Yeah, JFK too. JFK's out. Yeah, he's doing good shit too. JFK's he's that late night man. Yeah, JFK is that Letterman of this movement, dude. JFK is the David Letterman of this movement. Like he's making a difference late at night when people don't think nobody's watching, but he's doing it and people are watching. Make no mistake about it. He is doing it.
Right.
JFK's fucking kicking ass. Yeah, JFK's kicking ass right now.
He is.
Down from day one. Welcome to Death Row.
So for one last time, make some noise. Get him. Also for one last time, make some noise. Get him. Also for one last time, make some noise.
Ladies and gentlemen, we do thank you very much for your attention, and now we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the takeoff. The captain has made tower communications available, so if you'd like to monitor the air traffic system, you'll find that on Channel 9 and your headsets in the seat pocket in front of you. We'll give you a little more information about our service plan for our flight this evening as soon as we're in the air. Thank you, and again, welcome aboard.
2024, 10 p.m. During our live stream, we were taking phone calls.
Hey man, what's up guys? Kevin from South Boston.
What's up, Kevin from Southie? What's happening?
Listen, I appreciate the things that you two do, you and James, right? But let me ask you something. Those two dudes that you're accusing, right? They're decorated dudes.
The live stream was titled, Taking Calls Live at the Waterfall. We were going over our reenactment video of the waterfall footage, where you clearly see aggression between Higgins and John O'Keefe. Don't chase waterfalls, read between lines, keep a fair view, protect your mind. Now you can hear everything I'm saying to you right now, right?
Yeah, and you whispering too.
Talk about it. Come outside. Come outside. Come outside. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Chris A. when he's talking to John O'Keefe. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, I didn't know that was gonna happen, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. All right, man. In our reenactment video, we show the distance and how close they really were. It hit somebody's nerves, and we got a phone call by Kevin from South Boston.
You wrong. What's up, guys? Kevin from South Boston.
Hey, man, what's up, guys? Kevin from South Boston.
How we doing, chat? How we feeling out there? Coach Brad, what up? My man B. I need everybody to go to Coach Brad. He's on the screen right now. Coach Brad. Go subscribe to his content. I repeat, take your time. Go subscribe. Coach Brad's content. Please do that for me. You're now rocking with the best. Let's go.
Don't believe the hype. Yeah.
No.
Don't believe the hype. Yeah.
Hell no.
Don't believe the hype.
James Jackson.
J.F.K.
How we feeling, my brother? How we doing?
I'm feeling refreshed. Went and got some exercise today. You know. What's up, B?
Like I said, my man Coach Brad's up in here. I need everybody to go to his channel. When you get a chance, go over to his channel. Go give it a subscribe. You know, he's a boxing coach. He teaches all the young kids in the North Shore area, the Metro Boston area. He's doing great things over there at Revere Boxing. If you have a nephew, you have a son, you have a grandson, go over there, talk to him. He does private lessons. Great boxing coach. Teach you a few things. His main thing is self-defense. Real humble cat. It's not about fighting and all that. It's just all about trying to teach you how to defend yourself. And he's real good at teaching. So go check him out. Coach Brad, ladies and gentlemen. Coach Brad. Man, James, the SJC. How did you were singing the Eminem line earlier. What was it?
So the SJC won't let her free. I said something else. Yeah, man, SJC won't let her free. I mean, we kind of had a feeling. Actually, I didn't think they was gonna rule on that. I thought they was gonna drop the
It's double jeopardy. I definitely thought they were gonna drop it.
They really.
I mean, they didn't have a chance to you know, the way she shut down the trial at the end. She was like, "All right, I do this. You know, this is a mistrial. See you guys later. I'll talk to you later." And they didn't have a chance. They didn't know how to talk to the judge. They didn't know how to be like, "But Your Honor, we did find her not guilty on the murder charge." They're not going to cut her off. They're not going to be like, "Excuse me." They're not professionals. So it was up to her to say, "Okay, ask us some questions," and that was the main thing. That she was the jury wasn't directed right.
Well, the other thing I heard with the jury was that they were being bullied by the foreman, the retired cop. he was just like trying to persuade them, like, listen, this is the way it's got to go. We got to go this way. And I guess TV might be having one of the jurors on his show Saturday.
I'm sure.
He's going to explain more. He said he could explain it better, that the juror could explain it better what happened in that room.
That's going to be in the mix right there, because now it's like this takes this shit to a whole other level.
Oh, man.
You know, it's like now TB talks to the juror and the juror says, yeah, we didn't find it guilty on murder. You know, we were confused about the manslaughter, but, you know, whatever. But still, manslaughter, you know, it's still ugly. She shouldn't be charged with anything, but it's a lot better than murder. I mean, now she's got to go. I mean, technically, she got found not guilty. Right. You know, they didn't find her guilty on the murder. Right. So why are they going forward with it? That's insane, man. This is double jeopardy. I mean, to think that this case is going, you know, went there is crazy. It's nuts. I don't know.
Oh, the win?
What?
I'm sorry. I couldn't. The win.
Oh, you got some wind going on in your room?
Yeah, I got Red sitting right next to the window, but this one just came
Fun
in.
Size, Maud, what's going on, Fun Size? How we feeling out there? How we doing, Fun Size? Everybody give it up to our Maud, Fun Size. Hold the peace sign up for Fun Size. She's going to be your Maud for this evening. Anybody that comes in here with fake imposters, talking shit, or trying to mess up the vibe on this flight, our Maud is going to come through and sweep up the mess. Thank you to the Maud. Peace signs. Peace signs, please. Peace signs. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to our Maud.
Yeah, a lot of imposters, man, lately, huh? They're wilding out. Even in other chats and everything.
You know, but on this date, right? Let me run that back real quick.
2024, 10:49 p.m. During our live stream, we were taking phone calls.
Hey, man, what's up, guys? Kevin from South Boston.
What's up, Kevin from Southie? What's happening?
No, listen, I appreciate the things that you two do, you and James, right? But let me ask you something. Those two dudes that you're accusing, right? They're decorated dudes.
The live stream was titled, Taking Calls Live at the Waterfall. We were going over our reenactment video of the waterfall footage, where you clearly see aggression between Higgins and John O'Keefe. During our live stream, Higgins and John.
I need everybody to look at John O'Keefe, R.I.P. Officer John O'Keefe. I need you to look at Officer John O'Keefe, you know, because in the end, I get a lot of pushback from a lot of people. And they say, hey, JFK, why you keep going over the waterfall video over and over again? And my answer to them is this. Well, if you don't like what we're doing, you don't want to watch the next trial. Because in trial number 2, best believe they're going to be doing the same thing we're doing. So if you don't like it, don't watch the trial. This is everything. Now, I understand how long to die in the code. I understand the dog bites. We get all that. But everything got to start somewhere.
Right.
Can we agree that it started here? I want everybody to look at John O'Keefe. He's barking at him, man. Really? You're gonna do that to me? Yeah? Really?
He's laughing at him.
What was he doing, James?
He was laughing at him.
Laughing at him. Laughing at him.
R.I.P. Officer John O'Keefe. first and foremost.
Check what he does.
Yeah. Look at him smiling.
Drinking his beer like this clown really trying to test me. Now I want you guys to look over, right? Now, right in front of you, that's Karen, and she's talking to Karina. Now she leans into Karina like this. All right. Now I know that it could be speculation. I get it, right? It might not be what it seems. I get it. It's grainy footage. But if you look, what it looks like to me is, right? She leans into Karina and she says, "What are them clowns doing at the door?" And Karina turns her head back like, "What are they doing?" And then they start talking. Now watch. I want you to look at Karen, Karina. I want you to pay attention to them. Watch this.
Right before the heel toe, there goes her head turned. She's got glasses, so you can see this part of her frame.
She looked like she leaned into it, like, "Yo, what are they doing?" And that's right before the heel toe. And then look, right after the heel toe, because keep in mind, he just screamed. So keep in mind, this is when the scream just went off. When he grabbed his head and he was like, "Ah," he went, "Rah." Whatever he said made everybody turn. And that's right when John started doing the heel toe. And that's when John did this right after the heel toe. Look at this. He's laughing.
You and me? You, me, you and me? Man, shit's wild.
James, look at that haircut on this fucking guy, huh?
Dato!
James ain't fucking around. Let me hit him with this. Turn it to the left and the right.
1, 0. This one's explosive.
Dato! Yes,
we're working too. Yeah. I mean, my man had to run across 3 lanes. We're working too. Yeah. I mean, my man had to run across 3 lanes. We're working too. Yeah. I mean, my
man had to run across them 3 lanes. Shit.
Oh man. James looking real fly on this flight, bro. Who we got? We got the president's daughter on this flight or something? What's going on, bro?
Man, I hope we got the president's wife. Disclaimer. Nah, the boomer love.
Kelly Hill. Meow.
Meow, James. All right. But no, when you said that, you see Karen kind of leaned in to Karina.
Right. Like that's right after he yelled. That's right after he did that.
That was the shield.
Right after he. Yep. But she leaned in as if she was saying, "What the fuck is their problem?" Now, Jerry Berry with the 199. I appreciate it, Jerry Berry. Big fan of the show. Always watching. Jerry Berry. Peace signs up for Jerry Berry. Everybody say hi to Jerry. Our girl, Laura Pike, out in Puerto Rico. She just became a YouTube member. That's awesome, Laura Pike. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Man. Now, people say, we keep going at the waterfall. We keep circling the waterfall, and that's okay because everything got to start somewhere. Now, when people say that to me, keep in mind, the text came in at 11:32. 11:58 is when all this shit is going down. By 12:20, he sends a text, "John, you coming here." And then after that, John's hurt bad.
Real bad.
So what are we talking about here? And the only problem we have, we got a little slack. I put something up in the comment section. I always do recaps. If you want to follow me on my social media, it's in my bio at Jfkshowoff. Randy Reamer on Facebook. You can find it there. I always do a little recap of the shows. And I, like I said, we don't try to disrespect Karen in no way. But when we start talking about 1/29/2022, let me repeat that, 1/29/2022, it can get a little dark, and we're not gonna dress anything up. We're just gonna think out loud a little bit, and we know Karen Reed's not guilty. We know that for 1,000%. We just trying to figure out some things, and sometimes it could get dark because, be clear, Superior Court is one of the darkest places on the planet. So parental advisory. to everybody out there. If you can't handle it, if you can't handle us talking about Karen in a light that you don't want to, if you want us not to, pick apart what she says and say why she might have said this, and maybe it's this way, maybe it's that way, and maybe the things that she say is the reason why they're going so hard for her. No reason whatsoever should she be getting double jeopardized. I mean, she should have this shit dropped. She's been overcharged to begin with. So, I mean, they should have dropped it to manslaughter and kept it fair. Fair is fair, right, James?
Absolutely. I think there's enough with each side, if not more, with the Commonwealth fucked up. First of all, number one, sloppy police work from the jump. If that you want to be mad at somebody, be mad at the people, be mad at Proctor, state police, whoever did this investigation, the Sally Port, from all that, bing, 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 all down the row. They should have dropped that manslaughter. And level and even
the two manslaughter.
The two manslaughter, yeah, the two, and even some playing field. It's like, I mean, the only good thing I can say that happened this week is we have a new member to the Dream Team, and that guy we've spoken with, and he's I think he's good for this.
He agreed with JFK about the waterfall video. He says JFK, if people don't know, Deathrow done agreed with me. So Deathrow's on the Karen Reed case, and he agreed with us. And many times he have agreed with what we do with the waterfall. And at the end of the day, he thinks Karen Reed is not guilty, and he knows about the waterfall. So that's a great thing. And he's going to be all on top of that, showing that aggression. So it's a beautiful thing. But keep in mind, I put on my social media that Hank Brennan inspirations and Hank Brennan's people, should I say, one of them goes by the name of Gary Z. Gary Zarola was a lawyer out of Boston, Massachusetts, had a law firm in the North End, real good lawyer. Dare I say, might have been the best. He got people. There's a guy years ago walked inside the Squire strip club, gentleman's club, whatever you want to call it, walked right in with a pistol and shot somebody, point blank range. People are pointing to him. Shell casing was found in the car, and Gary somehow or another confused that jury and got him found not guilty. Gary had another guy years ago, the cases that this guy beat, guys who were dead guilty. I'm talking about guys who were dead guilty. A pound of cocaine in front of a jury, a pound of cocaine found not guilty. This is the type of time. Now, Gary Zarola ended up being no good. NG, no good, bad news. I'm not even going to get into it because it just turns my stomach thinking about it. But one of the cases he had years ago, Hank Brennan defended him. They were a part of this elite squad. They were these defense lawyers who once were DAs. Hank Brennan was a DA out of Lawrence Superior. Gary Zarola was a DA out of Hank Brennan, I think it was either Lawrence Superior or Lawrence District. But Gary Zarola was a DA out of Lynn District, Essex County. So his influences and the people he learned his shit from is Gary Zarola. Gary Zarola, I seen him before at a trial, at a motion hearing when they were calling in witnesses. He called in an officer named Leo. And the judge said, "Who's Leo? Leo what? Leo what? What's his last name? I don't see him here." And one of the cops stood up and said, "Your Honor, Leo's a canine. It's a dog." And Gary said, "So what? He was a witness. There's no law that says I can't call a canine to the stand." Like, this is the type of shit. Like you. It makes a mockery out of the court. Like, what are you doing? But he was letting them know, if you think this is just a motion hearing, if you don't think I'm going to go hard for my client, we need to figure something out. So to parallel it to Hank Brennan is using them tactics, his defense tactics, in prosecuting her. And he's going to do everything in his power to try to trick the jury.
Absolutely. To do that is wild. Calling a dog. I mean, was he the one who found all the coke? The dog?
No. It wasn't.
Oh,
it
different.
wasn't. It was a different case. The coke case, he had the jury believing that the dude was intimidated by somebody to sell it. Like, so somebody intimidated him. Like he forced me to sell it, and
Oh,
the jury
jeez.
believed him. He
Wow.
fucking believed him. A pound of cocaine in front of him. Like, it's the history. Like, no one ever beat a key, bro. Gary's a roller, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, let's get them likes up, man. If you guys are out there, hit that like button. I got a video coming out on Friday called Out for the Win. You guys go to my video section and like that video. I just dropped another video. I just played it about the waterfall video, the reenactment. Go over there and like that video. Go share it to your Twitter. Share it to your Facebook. It talks about how the reenactment video wasn't an accident. The reason why Higgins called is because we did that reenactment video and showed the space, showed the distance. That's the reason why he called. It triggered him. It did something to him. It brought him back. He called. It's no joke what happened. It all starts somewhere. Hank Brennan is going to try to trick the jury. So sometimes you got to play fire with fire. So by us going over this video, hopefully somebody's watching, and it's kind of like Ryu versus Ken, right? They're kind of the same character, and that's what JFK and James are. You know, we know that Hank is on some shit. He's going to throw them a Dugits. We're going to throw that a Dugat right back.
Yeah. What's that shit?
Hold on a second, James ain't fucking around.
Oh shit!
James, what are you doing?
Hadouken.
Hold on, let's get this shit started, man. Let's get this shot. Where's the turbulence at? I haven't seen no turbulence, man. Where y'all at? Let's go. My man James Jackson got the brand new fame. For you too, I was once like you. Ha-ha, let's go!
Working all week, 9 to 5 for my money. So when the weekend comes, I can go get live with the honey. Rolling down the street, I saw this girl when she was pumping. I winked my eyes, got into the ride, went to a club, was jumping. Introduced myself as low, she said, you're a liar. I said, I got it going on, baby doll, and I'm on fire. Took her to the hotel, she said, you're the king, so be my queen if you know what I mean, and let's do the wild thing. Wild thing.
You're rocking with JFK and James Jackson. You had one word.
Wow.
One word. For JFK and James Jackson, drop that shit right now.
Looking for some gear to buy. I saw this girl, she gon' rock my world, and I had to adjust my fly. She looked at me and smiled and said, you have plans for the night? I said, hopefully if things go well, I'll be with you tonight. So we journeyed to a house, one thing led to another. I key in the door, I go hit the floor, looked up and it was a mother. I didn't know what to say, I was hanging by a string. She said, hey you too, I was once like you and I like to do the wild thing. Wild thing. She loved to do the wild thing. Wild thing. Wild thing. Please, baby, baby, please. Posse in effect. Hanging out is always hype. And with me and the crew leave a shindig, I'm with a girl who's just my type. Saw this luscious little frame, I ain't lying, fella, she was fine. This sweet young Miss Cole gave me a kiss and I knew that she was mine. Took her to the limousine, and still parked outside. I tipped the chauffeur when it was over and I gave her my own ride. Didn't get her off my ride, she was like static clean. Hey, but that's what happens when the body starts slapping from doing the wild thing.
James Jackson, show him that here again, James.
She wanted to do the wild thing. Please, baby, baby, please.
Currently, we're in the 88 IRA with the T-tops.
Wildfire. Let's do it.
Yes. Just getting loose. Got 30 minutes in, James. It's going to be a nice flight, for sure.
The usual. DD.
So our boy... Sorry, buddy. Go ahead.
Saying DD, we appreciate that. Best on YouTube. Best live on YouTube.
Well, that's awesome. We appreciate that for sure. So let's get into what our boy Vinny. A lot of people talk shit about Vinny, but Vinny seemed pretty pissed off, no, James?
Yeah, he did. He really did on this last one you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
His live, I think, was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he knows what's going on.
Is to compromise these deeply held beliefs. I'm not going to do that to you folks. Your service is complete. I'm declaring a mistrial in this case. I'll be in to see you privately in a few minutes. So thank you so much for your service. Okay.
All rise to the court, please. When were they supposed to be surprised? At what point in what we just saw was this jury supposed to be surprised or disagree with the judge? Let me go back to one. Right? Oh, no jerks. They didn't have time. They don't know what's going on. Do they know the rules? Have they tried cases? Did they go to law school? Did they clerk for a judge?
No.
Have they ever appeared in court? Have they ever seen a trial? Do they know any of this?
We appeared in
Have
court.
they ever sent a note out declaring, saying we were at an impasse?
Talk to him, Vinny.
She's reading. Are they supposed to interrupt the judge?
No.
What happens? Do we tell? This is why this is so disconnected from reality and the truth. No acknowledgement by our system of justice, and in this case, the appellate court, that this jury are 12 people from the outside of our system of justice who have come in to serve their civic duty. No, at no point were they ever told that you can disagree or express any sort of
appreciate the things that you two do, you and James, right?
Inside the courtroom.
They're decorated dudes.
By the judge. Do we tell the jury, listen, you're going to serve now, if you at any point of any this disagree with anything, please let me know. No, they don't do that.
No.
Do you think they're intimidated? Do you think they sit there?
Of course they are.
The judge for what should we do next?
Of course
that's what they do.
Of course,
every
Vinny.
Jury does that.
You fucking right,
I sat on a jury. I know. They sit and they look to the judge for guidance on what they should do, when they should talk, what they should say, when they're permitted to talk, etc. They were given no opportunity. So don't tell me that they did not express surprise or disagreement in court, because we don't tell jurors that they can do that. As a matter of fact, what we tell jurors is the way for them to communicate with the court is by sending out a note. At no point were they asked. At no point. And to make this declaration of fact is so disingenuous by the appellate court. But it's not the first time. Our appellate courts do this all the time. They know the decision they want to reach, so they take and they mold. Is declared, and then they're told to rise and get out. Really? Sorry, folks, but blood sugar's low.
Yeah, it's low, Vinny.
Gotta take a shot.
Take it.
Shit. Damn, Vinny.
I don't want to lose my train of thought. No, not today. This is so disingenuous and detached from reality. This is the part of our system of justice that really gets me angry. Is when we put on our robes and we sit up here and we say, well, no juror expressed surprise or disagreement in court. Did you watch the video? When were they supposed to do that? And why would they do that? They're afraid to do that.
Vinny.
Of course they're afraid to do that.
Vinny's part
when
of
you're a juror, you are following the judge to tell you everything and what you can do and what you can't do. And there's no way, I would say 999 out of 1,000 jurors would not stand up and interrupt a judge.
Bro. And didn't she have it set up where you could only check off guilty? There was no like check off innocent or guilty. She said, oh, they can just write innocent in. That right there, having just one box, that puts people's mind. That's a, presentation. Presentation is everything. And they should have had 2 boxes. Yes, no. I mean, damn, Bev.
What the Duck with gifted 5 JFK memberships. Thank you, What the Duck. I appreciate you.
Appreciate that.
Vinny ain't fucking around. He's just so upset that they did this, man. Because the SJC came back and said that, listen, we agree with the judge. They had time to, they knew they had time to say something. They had time to be like, excuse me, judge. This is what we came up with, deliberated. That ain't what happened.
No.
He even says it right here. Watch, I'll rewind it. When he starts this shit off.
I mean, this is a good thing that he's starting to who knows, maybe he'll have one of these lash outs on court TV.
Supposed to be surprised or
I know that's a different platform. He's got his own platform here, but it's
agree
a bigger
with the judge. Let me go back to one.
What's this?
Right? No jerks. They didn't have time. They don't know what's going on. Do they know the rules? Have they tried cases? Did they go to law school? Did they clerk for a judge? Have they ever appeared in court? Have they ever seen a trial? Do they know any of this? Have they ever sent a note out declaring, saying we were at an impasse? She's reading. Are they supposed to interrupt the judge? What happens? Do we tell? This is why this is so disconnected from reality and the truth. No acknowledgement by our system of justice, and in this case, the appellate court, that this jury are 12 people from the outside of our system of justice who have come in to serve their civic duty. No, at no point were they ever told that you can disagree or express any sort of anything inside the courtroom.
Look at this.
Do that to you folks. Your service is complete. I'm declaring a mistrial in this case. I'll be in to see you privately in a few minutes. So thank you so much for your service. Okay.
All rise for the court. When do they have time? All rise for the court. They supposed to say, excuse me.
Second,
Are they supposed to say? Are they supposed to say, excuse me, Your Honor? Excuse me. Hold on a minute. We didn't find a guilty on the murder, Your Honor.
Hold on, sit back down.
Honor.
Sit back down.
Hold
We
on
gotta tell you.
second.
Yeah. She did that fast as shit, man.
Look at this.
The court, please. When were they supposed to be surprised?
He was more upset than
in what we just saw. Was this jury supposed to be surprised or disagree with the judge? Let me go back to one. Right? No jerks. They didn't have time. They don't know what's going on. Do they know the rules?
Fuck no, they don't know the rules. No.
No, man. They're regular folks. I mean, then you got the foreman on there running the show, telling them what to do, bossing people around. They spent a lot of time, man, too. Now they got to find another jury.
I mean, one of the jurors came out and talked about it. One of the jurors said that it's, you know, it's a something like it's a it's, I forget how they worded it. It's like a messy pie or something like that. It's like a shit show, and like, you know, they're to blame too, because, you know, they didn't know what to do, and they're not professional jurors, and you know, it's crazy. But welcome to Death Row.
That I never meant to live. Can't be positive when they get to where you live.
We got turbulence in the chat. Turbulence in the chat. Turbulence in the chat.
Dato. Where they find me? 16 on Death Row.
Yes.
Turn them in.
Tato, love you both. I was on fire today, backing up my boys. It was good Karen Reed day today. We'll try to stay on flight and call in. Blessings to all. Yeah. And you know, it's crazy because we want Karen Reed, Josie. I know you're watching, Josie. How you feeling? James, show me your haircut.
She knows. That's why she said Dato.
She said Dato. Dato means aight. Dato's a Dominican word. She's Dominican. See, he didn't see. He's got a Dominican bob, but he didn't even catch that, Josie Lou. So the point is, we want her to get off, and we don't want her to have a cruel summer in Framingham State Prison. No, no, no. This one's for you, Josie Lou. Taking you back. You're now rocking with JFK and James Jackson.
working too. Yeah. I mean, my man had to run across 3 lanes. We're working too. Yeah. I mean, my man had to run.
Ladies and gentlemen, we do thank you very much for your attention, and now we.
How are you doing, everybody, on tonight's flight? You guys can take your seatbelts off, walk around the cabin, hit your vapes, hit your nips, whatever your vice might be. Enjoy the rest of the flight. We had a fake Jason.
I seen
We had a
that.
fake Jason.
Man.
I just went to his page. Yeah, he joined. He
Going
joined
down your whole feature.
Yeah, they joined 4 minutes ago, man. He just got booted.
I was like, damn, Jason's in the chat, huh?
Nah, that's not Jason, bro.
Nah, man, it's crazy that they just going down the whole list.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's funny that they know the whole. I mean, it's somebody that's got to be close, you know, because they know the whole lineup and the backstory. Slain, Jason, Static Selector. It's great, and they'll make another one. And the crazy part about it is they're going in and they're making these Gmails. You know what I mean? So like they got to keep logging in, logging out, making new Gmail accounts. I mean, that's pretty scary, man.
Yeah, it's very scary. I mean, to take the time that this is what they do, it's unfortunate.
Josie Lou, thank you. I don't want it to be a cruel summer, James.
No, I don't either.
Because April's coming fast. And, you know, this is the time of year. Right now, it's time when you book your 4th of July. What are you doing for the 4th of July? Where are you going to go? You better do it now. You don't want to do it June 5th. You want to do it now. You want to book whatever you got going on right now. And you're still cutting it close. You want to book what you're doing for the, you know, your July 3rd, 4th weekend now. And next month, we have a murder case. Karen Reed is going on trial for murder that she got found not guilty on.
It's crazy. Think about that, man. She's going back on trial for something she was found not guilty on.
You do not want it to be a cruel summer. Disclaimer.
No, we do not, man. We want to see this April Fool's Day scary too. It could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. Is it just a date? Is that the only date that was open at the time?
Because she wants to start it April 1st, and she wants it done by like June 1st. You know what I mean? She's looking at it. She wants it done right at the beginning of the month, and she wants it done by June 1st because she got plans for the 4th.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? She doesn't want a cruel summer. You know? She wants to watch the playoffs in the comfort of her home. The fact that this woman didn't just do an inquiry on the jury, just didn't bring them back. Like, why? Why, Bev? You're a public defender at one time, right? A public pretender. Why are you on a revenge tour, Aunt Bev? All the times you was kicked around that holding tank and the dudes from Walpole that had a nasty ass case and you had to defend him knowing that he was guilty, looking at the pages of his police report, looking at the faces of his victim, and you were the one with that blonde hair, weren't you, Bev, defending him, knowing that he was guilty. You were working with the DA, though. You were working with the Commonwealth. You were getting thrown around. The DAs are going to the Cheesecake Factory. You're going to that diner on the corner.
Shit.
Damn, Aunt Bev. Now you're taking it out on Karen? Is that what it is?
Dusty old shoes and jackets and hair smelling like mothballs.
Drinking a ghost tonight, James, from our sponsors.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers. Josie Lou, cheers to you.
Cheers to everybody in the chat.
Everybody in the chat.
Ghost, where you at? Sponsors. Yeah, man. It's hopefully it's not a cruel summer. Hopefully this you know, just with everything else that's going on aside from the Karen Reed, you got the Trump, you got Elon Musk, you got all that shit on Twitter, like they're trying to take America back, and so maybe
I would love for Donald Trump to jump in the middle of this shit.
Me too.
Even say something.
Me too. You know who I think I saw say something was and I'm shocked because I haven't seen. He's got a big platform. It was the dude from Barstools.
Oh
Dave.
my God! Look at this shit. They made another one. Acrobatic, the rapper. Man, you guys got no life, man. Acrobatic, peace out, bro. Hey,
I got this.
You got this. You're about to pack it up. You're about to do an acrobatic flip up out of the chat. Have a good one. Your 10 seconds of fame is done. He's saying it to like. Acrobatic.
It's a like.
Oh man, acrobatic, man. Damn, man.
We're working too. Yeah. I mean, my man had to run across 3 lanes. We're working too. Yeah.
Clown.
You are
acrobatic.
a clown.
You're the fake acrobatic. You are not real. I repeat, you are.
You are a clown. Clown.
I mean, the fact that they come in here and they keep doing all this shit consistently.
I told you they just found all your features.
I never did a song with acrobatic. I never did a song with acrobatic.
You're gonna see Be Real next.
Yeah, Be Real. I mean, you know, I like acrobatic, but I ain't never did nothing. I did some shows with him. I did shows, but hold on a minute. We got some turbulence, James.
Oh
We
shit.
got some turbulence. We got some turbulence, James. Hold on a minute. Hold on. What's going on?
We don't play around. We don't play around. We don't play that. We don't play around. We don't play that. We don't play that.
Those 3 ain't playing around.
We don't play around.
Never be exposed.
Yeah,
you know?
JFK too. JFK's out. Yeah, he's doing good shit too. He's that late night man. Yeah, JFK is that Letterman of this movement, dude. JFK is the David Letterman of this movement. Like he's making a difference late at night when people don't think nobody's watching, but he's doing it and people are watching. Make no mistake about it. He is doing it.
Right.
JFK's fucking kicking ass. Yeah, JFK's kicking ass right now.
Laura Pike with the purple chip. With the purple chip.
Innovating.
Oh shit, I see some more turbulence in the chat. There's some more turbulence. No. We got more turbulence, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! It's getting real over here for James Jackson. Pause for the cause.
Love flying with y'all. Need me some spring love before I have a cool summer.
Laura Pike, we got you, Laura Pike. We're gonna get that in the rotation. We're gonna get that. You gotta give me a second on that. I also got a $4.99.
Pass the pepper.
This is how we do it in mass. Isn't that right, Mr. Yannetti? No, Your Honor. I never seen a jury slip like that in my life. Yannetti, a.k.a. Machiavelli, the Dawn. Poetic gentleman.
Poetic.
We got no disrespect. Karen wants to sweep the troll man's under the rug. No. Waterfall, no trouble here. I totally understand what you're saying. I don't understand why she don't mention the waterfall and just say, I was talking to this guy named Brian Higgins. He came into the waterfall. And I think that's where it all started.
Probably.
But hey, Jerry Berry. I love what you guys do. Making me smile and a little dancing, doing the dishes. You're my go-to, especially on bad days. Much to love to you both. Jerry Berry, you looking like a supermodel in that picture, girl. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Laura Pike, our girl. She got the bars, too. Laura, I really appreciate that, girl. I got you. And Josie Lou with the 19999. Just for that, cheers. If you play Raise Your Glass by Pink, so I can dance before I go to sleep.
Oh.
Okay. But you know, before I get into that, let me know something, ladies out there. All my people out there, y'all remember this shit right here? Can y'all feel my heartbeat? Let's get into this. Come on, James, let's take him there, brother.
Oh, Jay.
What do we got now?
Wait, Baba.
Oh, man. Got a fake Wade Baba. Let's go, people. Let's get into it. Wade Bobby, you're out of here.
Yeah.
Anything you want me to do, can't keep my hands off you. When you hold me in your arms, just like my body with your charms, and I just don't give a darn. My heart moves. I don't see you every day. But in my own little way, ooh, I love you. Oh, it really makes me wanna break. Sweet and nice, my
Rocking with J.F.K. and James Jackson. I need everybody to put your ones up right now. J.F.K, James Jackson, we working overtime tonight. Hey, Chris Albert, you were there that night. We know what you did.
say?
It doesn't make no sense. Yes, I go by the name of J.F.K.
I go by the name of James Jackson.
You're now rocking with the best. I think I heard someone said they like the way they play that kitchen game.
And I borrow, just can't stand the pain. Girl, I'm leaving you tomorrow.
Let's get into this. Take it back to 1990, motherfucking one.
All summer long, we've been together, and I've never felt so good. 'Cause when I'm with you, it's such a good time. Yes, it is. And when you get next to me, you make my heart beat fast. You throw me back when you smile. And when we're alone, I know we're in love. 'Cause I can't get enough. 'Cause I like the way you kiss me when we're playing the kissing game. I like the way you keep me looking forward to another day. We got it good. We have it all.
Yes.
It seems we're living dreams. Yeah, this is our time. This wasn't meant to be just you and me. This is still new. We're still young at heart and breaking too. And I know our love.
If you know this song, sing it with me, y'all. Let's go.
You kiss me when we're playing the kissing game. I like the way you kick me looking forward to another day, baby. Yeah, keep me looking forward to another day,
Yes, 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 yes. Yes, you know how we do it. Josie, great show. Got the area codes flowing heavy. Kelly Hill. We got fake Wade Bobbers, fake Jay Songs, and fake acrobatics.
Yes, we do. We got Ali Shaw wants to keep. She keeps asking, "Where's JFK from?" He's from Mass. If he wants to tell you where he's from, I mean, that's on him,
Why you asking?
right? Rose D coming through.
Coming in hot with them 5 gifted memberships. I see you, Rose D. I see you, Rose D.
Welcome to all new members.
Rose D. Rose D. For sure. The best. It's very nice. Rose D, thank you so much. Did I miss anything now? Kevy Kev. It's not what Karen said that will hurt her. It's what she didn't say that will. Yeah?
What
Rose
you
D with
don't
5
say.
gifted memberships. Rose D, you're consistent, and I really appreciate that. Mama J's, I like to put a request in for some guy or Debbie's Deb. I like to put a request in for some guy or Debbie Debs. Debbie Deb?
So
The song Debbie Debs? Who? Like who's Debbie Deb? There's
I thought there's a Debbie Deb in the chat. She's saying
some guy, Debbie Deb. I don't know that song. I don't know that off the bat. Debbie Deb. Who is it? Who was that girl? Debbie Gibson back in the day? Who's Debbie Deb? There was a Debbie Deb back then? Mama J's.
Sure.
Some guy. Let me find it. Hold on. I might know the song. I just don't. Maybe let me check it for a second. So James, what do we feel about Chris A, man? What's the whole deal about him?
Man, I just think the more I think about Chris A, I think that he could have possibly met up with Kevin later on and made it there to the house. Because, you know,
I know what it is. When I hear music, it makes me dance. That Debbie Deb. I know who Debbie Deb is. Of course I know who Debbie Deb is. I got you. Of course I know who Debbie Deb is. Of course I know who Debbie Deb is. I'm sorry, Mama J. I'm so sorry. Disclaimer. I definitely know who Debbie Deb is. Oh, man. When I hear music, it makes me dance. Yeah, I know Debbie Deb. I was Aunt Beb, Nurse Deb, all these different things coming at me in the chat. My mind went a little crazy. I know who Debbie Deb is. Disclaimer. Chris A, James, what's going on?
No, so I was saying that the more that time goes on, the more shit I think Chris A could perhaps have been picked up by his brother Kevin, and they just pulled up when Karen had pulled off. So it was perfect timing. 2 SUVs looking the same, and they got out and, you know, they did what they had to do. They played their part. Because he knew, man, he knew something was going to pop off. He didn't just go home and go to bed and tuck himself in with his little feetsies. You know what I'm saying?
No.
He went home and he was like, yo, Kevin, shit's about to go down at our brother's house. Come get me. Or something.
2024.
Ask you something. Those 2 dudes that you're accusing, right? They're decorated dudes.
The live stream was titled Taking Calls Live at the Waterfall. We were going over our reenactment video of the waterfall footage, where you clearly see aggression between Higgins and John O'Keefe.
Chris A, why are you grabbing Higgins like that, Chris A? What is going on? How are you going to explain that in the court? You know what I mean? How is he going to explain that?
After he just grabbed his ass. Pause if necessary. But it's like, how are you going to explain manhandling the shit out of an ATF agent? Don't you make pizzas, pizza man?
Now if it's on, motherfucker, then it's on, G.
Tell your motherfuckers who you fucking with.
Well, if it's on, motherfucker, then it's on.
Tell your motherfuckers who you fucking
It's on, G. Now if it's on, motherfucker, then it's on, G.
Here's a rap song based on your lyrics and theme. You wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. This is Kevin from South Boston. Wait, is this Higgins? Higgins? Is that you? Nah. You wrong. They was decorated dudes. Acting like they real, but they faking up the truth. Medals on their chest, but they never paid the dues. I see through the lies, yeah, I know the real news. Is this Higgins? Nah, man, you wrong. Trying to test the kid, but...
We are strong. No one can say in heaven, love comes first. We'll make heaven a place, ooh, baby.
Down from day one. Welcome to Deathrow.
Like we always do about this time.
Down from
Right about that, cuz. You are so right about that. Don't you make pizzas, Chris? Say, why are you grabbing an ATF agent's arm?
For real, man. Pizza man. Let me let her in.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man. That is wild to think. That's a wild thing to think. And our man Vinny was losing his mind. He wasn't feeling what they had to say.
Is to keep jury deliberations private. Yes. But what is not the bedrock of our judicial system, but the foundation of our judicial system? The truth. You see, there's no curiosity here from the court about the truth of what actually happened, whether or not they did or did not reach a unanimous not guilty verdict on counts 1 and 3. There's no curiosity about the absolute foundation of our system of justice, which is the truth. Above and beyond juror secrecy, which is the bedrock, is the foundation, which is the truth. Truth trumps secrecy. Capiche? The truth trumps secrecy in our system of justice. But this court has no interest in the truth because they are stuck on secrecy and can't get past it. That's a problem with the law or their interpretation of the law and their valuation of what's more important, the truth or the secrecy of juror deliberations of 12 people who have no idea what they were doing until they started to do it. Didn't prepare for their role as jurors. Look to the court for guidance. And think about this. And, we get back to that surprise thing. Like, they kept sending notes out saying we're deadlocked, and the judge kept sending them back. Do you think the jury knew anything about the rules that probably the third time you do it, it's going to be over? Likely not. They had no idea if they were going to get sent back again. They didn't know. Some of us who watched trials had an idea of what the judge might do, but they didn't know. Like, we're taking all this knowledge that judges and lawyers and appellate courts have about our system of justice and the way it works, and we're like putting it and presuming that the jury knows these things, which they don't. And that's the disconnect. That's what gets me mad. Is when we treat jurors who have an important job giving up their time doing this, and we don't give them enough information, and it's done on purpose. And right here is where it becomes a huge problem. Like the rules of evidence that we've created through these years, a lot of times put blinders on the jury. Usually it helps the prosecution more so than the defense, but so be it. They get blinders. They don't get all the evidence. Sometimes it helps the defense more than the prosecution. It's a back and forth, right? Sometimes the defense wants stuff out. Sometimes the prosecution. Rarely the prosecution wants stuff out. So,
yo, terminology. What up, dog?
What up, Tim?
Oh my God! Hold on, check that something for you.
This is life, the one you get. So go and have a ball. This is it. This is it.
I got something for you, Term.
Life, the one you get.
Here we go.
So go and have a ball.
I got your shit.
This is it. This is it.
Here we go, Tim.
This is life, the one you get. So go.
The new Term. J.F.K.
I'm raw hustlers, get your bacon soda.
You remember this song, Term?
Terminology. We can take it higher than that.
J.F.K.
I'm raw hustlers, get your bacon soda.
Hey, fake terminology. Guess what? Your 5 minutes of fame, you're out of here. And you're officially part of the clown. Crew. Get him out of here.
Clown. You are a clown. You are a clown.
Thank you.
Peace.
I can't believe they keep making all these fake accounts. It's insane.
Just,
it's crazy, bro.
It really is.
Looking at all this, right? What is the point of a trial? Which is a bigger problem? Because something went wrong here, right? We know something went wrong because jurors are talking. So which is more of a undermining of our system of justice? Trying someone twice for the same crime?
That's crazy.
Or having an inquiry after the trial with the jurors about deliberations.
What's so hard about that?
And very limited questions. Did you reach a unanimous verdict on count 1? Did you reach a unanimous verdict on count 3?
That's it.
Period. That's all.
That's it. That's it.
That's all it takes. Those are two simple questions. That's the entire inquiry.
That's it.
We're not getting into their position. We're not even asking that particular juror for their position. We're just asking, were you unanimous? Because if you're unanimous, then everyone knows how you voted.
That's right.
But if you're deadlocked, nobody has to know. Only you can reveal it, or the other jurors, right? So all you're asking them, and it's not undermining anything. Did you reach a unanimous verdict on count 1? Did you reach a unanimous verdict on count 2? Did you reach a unanimous verdict on count 3?
That's it.
12 people come in. Whole thing will take a half hour.
That's it.
Right.
You don't want the jurors in the courtroom? Go on the record in chambers. Go on the record in chambers.
That's it.
That's all you have to do. It's simple.
That's it.
Doing that versus potentially
Double
trying
jeopardy?
someone for the same crime twice.
Double jeopardy?
Which undermines our system of justice more? You tell me. You tell me. I mean, it's obvious.
I mean, come on, Vinny.
It's obvious and it's silly at this point.
Silly. It's fucking retarded.
Let me go through
Pardon
some
my
more.
language. I
This
don't
is
even
number
want to
4.
talk
So
like
I
that.
my video was skipping before. So I think this one we did already. We did this one already. So we'll move on to number 5. I want to get through all 7 of these for you. Far from an affirmation in open court of unanimous agreement on counts 1 and 3, these notes clearly reflected a lack of consent.
Damn, man. Vinny, man, he's, Vinny, by Vinny doing this, right, is, it's more so to us. He's giving us a lot of information, but I think his peers, like, you know what I mean? Because, when all the DAs and the judges they watch court TV. That's their station, right? Like, you know what I mean? That's what they watch. They're not watching YouTube. I'm sure some of them do, but most of them are watching Vinny. So Vinny got his own YouTube channel, and I'm sure they're going to go the law tube, right? They're going to go to the lawyers, the guys who know the right terms or whatever. And maybe some of them, we got 444 people up in there, and I'm sure some of them are police, and I'm sure some of them are DAs, probation officers, you name it. And if you're a scumbag, and if you're, that's it. You're watching, you're a troll, how you doing? But to his peers, man, I mean, he's stepping up and he's doing the right thing, right, James?
Yeah, I think he is, man. I hope that it carries over to court TV. Even if it doesn't, his peers are gonna say, I saw your YouTube, or I saw a clip. Whether they're on Twitter, whether they're on Facebook, this shit gets passed around.
Yeah.
So it'll make it somewhere. And I think Vinny's trying to he's making a statement.
Making a statement, James. He's making
This
a statement.
shit is wrong. He's saying you wrong, Kevin from South Boston.
He's definitely making a statement, James.
Yes,
and
sir.
people talk shit about Vinny, but I mean, what is Vinny supposed to do? Like, I think at this point, he's getting pushed in the corner where he's gonna have to like speak, just say, hey, whether I think she did it or didn't do it, it doesn't even make a difference at this point, because at the end of the day, based on all the stuff you're doing, like, it's wrong and it's not guilty. You got the Brady violations, you got phone calls at 137, you got Proctor's being investigated. Now there's a new text message out there that he texts Lally saying he doesn't watch. You know that, right? There's a new text out there, right? Did you see that, James?
No. Who texted
Yeah,
Lally?
he did right after the trial.
Oh, Vinny
Proctor.
did? Oh,
No,
Proctor.
Proctor. He texted Lally and told him that I'm not watching the closing argument. So he admitted that he was watching the trial. So he's been watching the trial. So that right there is, you're not supposed to watch the trial. So that alone is, reason to dismiss. I mean, there's so many reasons to dismiss this. It's insane. You know what I
That's
mean?
what I'm saying. They're not
I don't even
giving.
know why. I don't even know why they're making a motion for reason to dismiss after we just seen SJC come back murder. There's no way Judge Bev, regardless, if the SJC came back and still keeps murder on the table, there's no way Judge Bev is going to say, all right, the SJC came back with murder on the table. And oh, by the way, the motion dismiss. Yeah, I'm going to dismiss it after they just, no way. They're wasting their time. I mean, that's going to be when that comes out and you got Deathrow breaking down the Brady laws and all that different stuff coming in there. And we're all going to be sitting there like, yo, just hit the button, dismiss this shit with prejudice. So we never have to deal with this again. She's not going to do it. So we're just wasting our time. It's insane.
You think that if like something was similar, like she could say, I'm just going to declare a mistrial again. If
you can't compare a mistrial until there's a trial.
Right.
Is that what you're asking?
No, but I'm saying, like, say if it goes to the trial and they're all the witnesses take the stand and everything, and then it comes down to the jury, and the same shit happens again. That's kind of like what Sean Ellis went through, right? He had to keep going through.
Yeah.
I mean, you would just think, man. You go to a jury trial, you would think the jury's got control.
I
of
mean,
it.
she could try to go on a bet. Listen, let me explain something. So when I got arrested for what I got arrested for, right? I'll tell you, it was crazy. I had a crooked cop, and it was crazy. It was back to back. It was not just one time it happened. It happened 3 times to me where they cuffed me up for something I didn't do. It was in this small town I was living in. They knew I had open time open on probation, and this cop knew the law, and he did everything in his power to get me that probation time. And when they came to me with this case, this video of a dude robbing a store, not even robbing a store, he broke the glass at 3:30 in the morning and climbed through the window of a store and stole cigarettes. Now, mind you, I'm hanging out with this girl, and I took pictures with this girl. This is back in like 99, 2000. Yeah, that's like 2000, 2001. And back then, even still, there's timestamps on the camera. So we took these pictures, and there was timestamps on the camera. So I have the pictures, and the girl, I had just like chilled with the girl 3-4 times. So the girl was on my side. She had no stake in the case. It wasn't a girl I grew up with. She was a chick from out of town. So she's saying, listen, man, I just took these pictures. I got this brand new camera my dad bought me, and look at the timestamp at this time. There's no way he did that. And the picture of the dude, I mean, the video of the guy going inside the store, grabbing the shit, it looked like me a little bit from the side view, but you could tell it wasn't me by the weight. And it was enough to put me in cuffs, and it was enough to try to get me hitched onto the probation that I had
violating
to
the probation surrender.
Yeah, so now I got to go through the probation surrender and all that. And you know how it is. It's no bail on it's either you get detained on a probation surrender or they let you go on a personal. So what do you think happened? I got detained. So now I got to sit. You got to
fight it.
Yeah, I got to fight it from the inside. But the point is, I ended up going through a bench trial. I didn't take a jury trial on that one. I went to a bench in front of the worst judge in the world, Judge Kavanaugh. He's on Bev on steroids.
Yeah, he was.
And so I took it to a bench trial, and he found me not guilty. You know what I'm saying? So, the case was bullshit. You know what I mean? It was the most craziest thing. Like, I was screaming at the top of my lungs. You want to talk about screaming to the rooftops? I was screaming to the fucking rooftops. How this cop was the story's crazy like that. So please, the soundbite, like that was 25 years ago. But the point is that I could tell you the story and break down how it happened. Because initially the dude came to my house asking about my brother. and my brother wasn't around, and so he was looking for my brother, and then I was good enough. So it was just crazy. This cop was just this, and the cop ended up becoming a lawyer. So he knew he was using his practices to like, okay, I could get this kid and I could arrest him and I could get him locked up on probation. So this is what he was doing. The same thing they did with Turtle Boy with the intimidating a witness, so I can get him held without bail. That's what they're looking to do. You know what I mean? Especially when you're younger and you're running the streets and they just don't like you and they see you
Well,
all the
just
time.
like you said, he would do that with you and your brother. If he couldn't get your brother, you were good enough. If he couldn't get you, your brother was good enough. Yep.
You know how it was. You know the guy. I mean, I could throw the guy out there right now.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
put it this way, this cop ended up getting arrested. This
Yep.
cop ended up getting arrested, kicked off the police force, is a crooked cop, known to be a crooked cop.
He got
ended up
sued
getting
too. He got a big
got
lawsuit.
sued.
Yep.
He's the most piece of shit motherfucker there is on the planet. But the crazy thing about it is this cop ended up becoming a lawyer in New Hampshire.
Mm.
So the whole time he was studying law. And while he's studying the law, he's practicing it as a police officer, trying to learn probation surrenders and learning, showing up to surrenders, learning, because a probation surrender is like a mini trial, but it's not your right. So you got to go. So certain things on a probation surrender stands that don't stand in trial, like hearsay in a probation surrender is okay. Someone could say something in a probation surrender hearsay and it's admissible. So if a cop says, I think he did it, like it's admissible because it's not your right, because you did something before to get on probation. So it don't take much for them to get you locked up on probation. So it's double jeopardy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to speak, they put you on probation to put you in that revolving door. Like they punish you 3-4 times around because now they're violating you for anything. You know what I mean? And you got these cops knowing, and then cops run your name, and then it goes to the desk of the probation officer. Now you go see your probation officer, and your probation officer says, "Hey, I just got something that they ran your name out in Lynn." You know what I mean? And now you're telling your probation officer, "Yeah, I was just getting a smoothie, a tropical smoothie with James. We were sticking polos in the bag." Like, what do you mean? And like they want you to explain your whole life, so it becomes this like it's just not a clear cut thing. Now, as far as accountability goes, being a young man, 24 years old, 25 years old, if I would have just been out of sight, out of mind,
right,
I probably wouldn't have sparked this cop's interest. But my ass was out there, moving and grooving, and but
By
that still
all
doesn't mean.
means, by all means, though.
I was young.
You was young, and what else were you supposed to do? You was located at the time. That's where your base was, home base. So we had to deal with it, and I dealt with it too. You know that, and
it still happens.
Yeah, it still happens to this day out here.
It still
man.
happens. That's what they know. They was doing it to us when we were young in Lynn. They were beating the shit out of us. Like they on the scanner. I remember listening to the scanner. I used to hear my name on the scanner when I was home chilling. They'd be like, "Yeah," they dropped my name on the scanner, to the point where it's like, "What?" Like my name's on the scanner. Like they just. They were real fancy with the pencil, man, and them police reports, man, and they knew. They didn't care. They treated you like a pig, man, like a lab test. You know what I'm saying, so to speak.
Yeah.
And that's not saying I didn't do things when I was growing up that I should, that I shouldn't have got repercussion for, of course. But that doesn't mean you should be trapped in a revolving door. You can't even get out of your own way. They take your license. They put you on all these restrictions. They fucking put you, like I said, you get arrested for something you didn't do. They got you in the courthouse basements. You're surrounded by the shit. You strip search. Do you understand what a strip search does to your mind? Especially going back and forth to court for something you didn't do. Imagine Karen going back and forth to court, getting strip searched every single time she had to go to court. Imagine she had trial for 2 months inside Framingham. Every morning she would have to wake up at 4 a.m. 5 a.m. she would be eating a cold-ass breakfast. She would be jumping in the sheriff's van, cuffed and stuff, sitting in the courthouse basement, changing from her fucking jail blues to her shit on, back and forth. Everywhere she goes, she got to get strip shirts, shaken down, spread them, shred this, do that. And that right there alone is torture and trauma. So even if she got found not guilty from the inside, they're never going to say, "Hey, I'm sorry what I put you through." They're never going to say it.
Strips
They're
are
never going to say it. It kills you. It kills you. It's hard to get out of that mindset because most of them know this. Most of these police know how to get you hitched on a crime. They know, like, even when they pull you over for a speeding ticket, what's the first thing they ask you? They ask you, have you been caught speeding before? Because if you've been caught speeding, right, and you've been speeding before, they're going to make sure they give you a ticket to fuck you. It's only when they say, oh, you got a clear record, I'll let him go. But it's like, yo, just because a dude got caught speeding 2-3 times, why do you got to be the one to fuck him? There's always that cop that's out there looking to ruin somebody's life. In this instance, Karen had real bad luck because there was 2 of them, 3 of them. You know what I mean? Kevin, you know what I mean? Higgins and Big Bad Brian A. 3 dirty ass people and just her. Bad luck. Bad
luck.
And like
And
you
now
said, you
she's
broke
got
it down.
Hank.
Now she got Hank, and you broke it down right. You said it. What you say earlier in the show? You said I forget exactly what you said, but you were saying something about Chris A. grabbing the ATF agent's arm, and you know this whole shit is just crazy.
Grabbing his arm, man. I mean, what the hell are you doing grabbing an ATF agent's arm like that? And then, like I said too, Chris A. going over to the house because he knew some shit was gonna pop off. He had already witnessed it at the bar. When he went home, there's no way he went home and went to sleep. You know, he probably went home and either called his brother Brian, see how it was going, and he was like, yo, you got to get here. You got to call Kevin, make sure he's the cop that gets here.
And let me say this. Let me be clear on I don't really speak on that case, on these cases that I had in the past. They were all bullshit. But I'll tell you this, right? So on that probation surrender, let me break this down to you. How crazy, talk about fucking with your mind, because it jogs back. So there was one time I couldn't look past it. There was one time that was my life. The same way Karen is going through reports and following leads and being all into it. There was one time that I couldn't get past it. I wanted revenge on these people. I wanted them to be outed. And and when I got my freedom, that was my goal. And then after a while, it's like, hey, I'm never going to beat them. So I need to just disappear. And that's what I did and changed my life and out of sight, out of mind, so to speak. But let me explain this. So when I got found not guilty for the actual charge, they still violated my probation. I still was being detained on the probation. So I actually went to trial, right? Got found not guilty in a court of law and still got cuffed up and went back to Nashua Street. And when I'm sitting in Nashua Street, this is real shit, people. I'm sitting in Nashua Street on a probation surrender for a case I got found not guilty on. And then 5 days after I got found not guilty, I'm watching Fox News, and the cop that said that I did this case got arrested. So now I'm sitting in the day room, watching the TV. I'm telling my boys, yo, I'm here for my probation surrender was after the trial. So now I got found not guilty, and I'm sitting there for a surrender that I got found not guilty on. And then on top of that, I'm watching the news and the dude gets arrested, and I'm still inside.
The dude got
arrested. When you got arrested and I got found not guilty on a fucking bench trial by Judge Kavanaugh in Malden District Court, that's equivalent to getting found not guilty by 5 Judge Bevs.
Yo, you're freezing up a little.
A little bit of turbulence.
A little bit of turbulence.
Tell them about Judge Kavanaugh.
Judge Kavanaugh was wild, man. He right away he was sending you away. There was rumors back in the day that he was messing with this chick from high school, and and it wasn't even just rumors. He was buying her cars and shit like that. She was driving him around, and then so people would throw that when they had the case and they were in front of him, they would try to throw that out there, and he would be like, "You motherfucker!" He would get pissed. He was like one of them guys. Like sometimes he would swear on the bench.
He would get on the stand and he would walk around.
Yeah,
he would walk around.
He was
He wouldn't just sit down. He'd walk around.
He was a different type of breed, Judge Kavanaugh.
Different. And he said he looked at the video when he found me not guilty. He looked at the video. I swear to God, this is what he said when he found me not guilty. He said,
Shit. We got easy money.
all right, man, listen, easy. You got to go. Get him out of here, man. You guys just keep doing this. I mean, ain't you bored of this shit, man? Come on, man. Do something better. Judge Kavanaugh looked at me and he said, just like this, I looked at the video. I know it's not you, but he said, based on all the things, I'm paraphrasing how he said it, but he basically said, of all the things that I probably got away with in my life, that he should find me guilty for this case. But he goes, that's not the law. And he goes, not guilty. I'm paraphrasing. That's what he said. So basically he was telling me, listen, you're bitching and complaining about this, but you know how much shit you probably got away with? I should find you guilty just for fucking general purpose, but I can't do that because that's not what I signed up for. So he was fair at the end of the day, particular on that case. But let me tell you why, though. And I say all that because I was screaming at the top of my lungs. When I walked in that courthouse, fuck you, eat shit, fuck this one, he's lying. Chop, what are you going to do, lock me up? What are you going to lock me up? I'm already locked up. We're going to bring you to the hole. Who gives a fuck?
We have a few people in the chat that know Judge Kavanaugh. Laura Pike says she knows him. I don't know.
Screaming at the top of my lungs, man. Every chance I got, I screamed at the top of my lungs.
That's what you gotta do, man.
Every chance I got, the lieutenant, the DA who was sitting on the case, like they got a lieutenant cop who sits with the DA, same way that cop sits with the DA Lally. He works the state, he works in the Dedham Superior. Well, in district court, the local cops work with the DA. So the local Malden cop was working with this dude, the lieutenant, and I used to, yo, can I talk to that lieutenant? Can that lieutenant come down here? I want to talk to him. Oh, well, he's busy. No. I want to talk to him. Tell him to come downstairs, and I would just kill him. Listen, man, you know your man's guilty. You know he's bullshit, and you know he's fucking lying. You know that ain't me. You need to just stop the bullshit. Stop it. Your man's no good. Killing him. Like it's going to be a spectacle. You know, and fortunately for me, regardless, regardless if they found me guilty, the most I would have got was 2-3 years, and I would have been home. So maybe that's why they found me not guilty, because they knew I wasn't going to shut up.
Yo, Jay, hold up. This dude, Rufus Doofus said, yo, JFK, you wouldn't go into Nashua Street from Malden District. Yo, you lying. Listen, man.
Buddy, listen, I had a surrender in BMC, you clown. I had a case in Malden and I had a BMC surrender. So what are you talking about? Boston Municipal circa 2001, right? And the dude who gave me the 2-year suspended I had was Judge Johnson with the dreads out of BMC, and now he was the head of the Superior Court judges out of Roxbury. So do me a favor, fall back and bump your head off the sink, will you? The fuck out of here. Who you talking to, bro? Who you talking to? You want to run my name? My name is in my bio, buddy. Go run it. Go call your friends up. Go call them up. My name rings bells, you fucking idiot. What are you talking about, dude? Pack it the fuck up.
Later, doofus. Nah, we ain't giving him no parachute, Josie. Hope he can fly.
He's so stupid. The surrender. You can have a surrender out of a different county, you clown. That's why when I got found not guilty, they sent me over to BMC. Like, what are you talking about? Now I got held to the surrender. I was being held on the case, and then I got held for the surrender. What are you talking about? Like, the dude doesn't even make no sense.
These people, anyway,
it's, you know what I mean. But anyway, like, you know what I mean. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like these, like I'm making shit. Like, how can I make that up?
Yeah,
why would I make that up?
He's here to talk about it today. Like, that's a blessing. Like, that's what they don't.
And it's like I don't talk about that shit because I don't like talking about that shit.
Right.
There's nothing to be proud about talking about that shit, but I know about corruption. The difference is with Karen, she never did a crime in her life. See, I did crime. So what I'm trying to say is, I did things in my life, right, that I'm not proud of, right? And, I never did anything bad. I never killed nobody. I never hurt nobody, nothing like that. But I did some petty shit. And, whatever, we all did. We had repercussion. But there was some shit I didn't do. And I was just a kid who stuck out. I had a brother that was 4 years my younger. And, they just they just targeted us. And, and when I talk about it, I'm just like, hey, maybe there could have been a different way for me, because maybe if I didn't get in trouble, I would have never had that smoke, right? So I got to take some type of accountability. But I'm just saying that's how corrupt the system is. They just don't dismiss shit. That's all I'm saying. With all the evidence I had at the time, proving that it wasn't me, proving the timestamps on the pictures that it wasn't me, a girl showing up to court that had no bearing. I mean, this chick was from like way out in the North Shore area. Like, this chick wouldn't have lied for me. None of that. She was scared to death. She was like one of these jurors. She would have never lied. And she's saying, nah, I just, we hung out, we snapped some pictures, like, what do you mean? And it's right there, time stamped up, and still, it wasn't enough. They still were like, nope, no, we're going to try this, just because they could. I didn't have the finances for a lawyer. I didn't have the means. I had a criminal record against me. And if I didn't stand up for myself and learn the law, and if I didn't fight for it and didn't get a lawyer and even though he was a public pretender, I still worked with him and still broke down everything I could break down with him, learned about the case, learned about my situation, and had passion. And with that passion, I gave it to him. And I damn near represented myself, because every time he wouldn't want to say something, I would say, nah, Your Honor, can I speak? Can I speak? Can I speak? No, you can't speak. Well, I'm going to speak anyway.
You're represented by attorney.
But I'm going to speak anyway. So what are we doing here? I'm going to keep speaking, because I didn't do this. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep speaking because I didn't do it. What are you going to do? And that was my mindset. You know what I mean? At that time, and I'm not proud of it. You know what I mean? Like, this guy jumps in the chat, it's like, there's nothing to be proud of. There's nothing to be proud of that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, who wants to be, but I just know the corruption. I know how they are. They just don't dismiss shit. They just don't put things to bed. They will ride this out as long as they can when you're in that scope. I don't know what it is. I don't know why they do it like that in mass, but they do, and it's scary.
Yo, even the transcript shit I'm going through, look at it. All it would take would be one judge to admit to another judge that I fucked up. Let the kid give him his bail money back and drop this case. It's not a criminal case. No malicious. He didn't go on there on no malicious shit. It was my fault. I told him to go. No. They're making me get the transcript, pay for it, wait, stress out. What if I didn't bail out?
You would have been inside. And let me just take this real quick. We got some turbulence in the chat. We got turbulence. Rufus,
wow.
I hope you're gone. We got some turbulence. So we had $4.99 from I absolutely love the Dream Team: D, Dave Yannetti, Rob A, Alan Jackson, Mark Betterow. Absolutely. Laura Pike hit us with she gifted 10 memberships. Oh, thank you, Laura Pike, so much. Cynthia, $4.99 super sticker. Requesting first 40-second of Elo Showdown, maybe next week. I'm gonna check that out. I don't know what you're talking about off rip. And once again, Josie Lou coming in with the $99.99. The day we have to justify ourselves to anyone else's, but God, it will rain backwards. So Rufus, you wrong. Get the duck out. Absolutely.
Yes.
And super sticker, $2.99. And with that being said,
Sky View.
I'm gonna hit Josie with this for her. Let's go.
Right, turn off the lights. We gonna lose our minds tonight. What's the dealio? I love when it's all too much. 5 a.m. turn the radio up. Where's the rock and roll? Party crasher, penny snatcher. Call me up if you a gangster. Don't be fancy, just get dancy. Why so serious? So raise your glass if you are wrong in all the right ways. On the underdogs, we will never be anything but loud and bitty, gritty, dirty little freaks. Won't you come on and raise your glass? Just come on and raise your glass. Slam, slam, oh hot lady. don't you understand? Wish you just freak out. Freak out already. Can't stop coming in hot. I should be locked up right on the spot. It's so on right now. So fucking on right now. Party crasher, panty snatcher. Call me up if you a gangster. Don't be fancy, just get dancy. Why so serious? So raise your glass if you are wrong in all the right ways. All my underdogs, we will never be anything but loud and nitty gritty, dirty little freaks. Won't you come on and raise your glass? Just come on and raise your glass. Won't you come on and raise your glass? Just come on and raise your glass. Oh shit, my glass is empty. That sucks. So if you're too school for cool, and you treat it like a fool, you can choose to let it go. We can always party on our own. So raise your glass if you are wrong in all the right ways. All my underdogs, we will never be anything but loud and nitty gritty, dirty little freaks. So raise your glass if you are wrong in all the right ways. All my underdogs, we will never be
I remember when we first started. You came to me and you were broken hearted. I took you in and wiped all your tears away. I gave you loving more than any other gave. Don't you know I'm the one and I love you, girl. I don't care what they say. You know you are my world. Come back home, you're the one who loves you more and more. So you see that it was me you were searching for. You're searching for. Baby, come back to me. Come back to me. I can remember the first time we ever met. The sun was shining.
Higgins, we ain't letting you slide, buddy. It all went down at the waterfall. If I gotta play the music to make people see, then that's what I'm gonna do. That's me and James Jackson at the waterfall. Kevin from South Boston. It looked real close to me. It looks real close to me. Kevin from South Boston, we ain't fucking around. We ain't fucking around. We got you, man. We know why you called. Decorated dude, huh? Yeah, all right. James, they keep asking me, right? People on Twitter, people on Facebook, JFK, don't you get strike for your music and it fucks up your monetized shit? Yeah, it does, but I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Hey.
The other channels don't play the music. I'm going to play the music, and they're going to strike me with copyrights and send me shit and say, I can't do this, I can't do that. That is okay, people. That is okay. That is okay, because they can't violate my probation. I'm free. I'm lawyered up. I got James Jackson as my lawyer. We're okay. Disclaimer.
Shit. I mean,
yeah, man. I hope you guys are enjoying the flight. You know, we had a lot of
posters.
A lot of imposters, and we also had a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of requests for music. We had Josie Lou wanted Pink. Our girl Laura Pike out in Puerto Rico. She wanted
Debbie Deb.
No, she wanted Stevie B, and our girl Mama K, she wanted Debbie Deb. So, you know, we got to give the people what they want. And, you know, on the fly, I'm making MP3s over here and still trying to do a show and fly to 7-7, you know, stealing music from stealing. Hold on, this turbulence, I ain't stealing nothing.
Nobody's stealing.
No one's stealing nothing.
Oh,
but,
shit.
You know, dropping the music, man, and uploading it and just trying to give you guys the vibe. And while I'm playing the music, I'm playing the waterfall video. Because at the end of the day, it's awareness. It shows us at the waterfall, right? How close it was. I dropped that video earlier. Please go to my video section. Please go to my video section after you're done with this stream and go to that video and like it and share it and leave a comment. Let's get that video moving. It's only 3 minutes, but it's short enough to tell a whole story. Please go over there, like that video in the video section. Also, it's going to redirect you to a new song I got coming out called Out for the Win with London Bernard and Dylan. You're going to be redirected to that. Like that. Out for the Win. Go like that. Please go to my guy, James Jackson, man. He's working over here too. You can catch him on his Venmo at James-Jackson.
James-Emerald-5.
5 at his on his Venmo, and check him out. That's in the I had that up. Let me get that up again. I switched it to the area codes. Excuse me. I'll get that up right now. It's right here. James-Emerald-5 on the Cash App. James Emerald Jr. on the Cash App. James-Emerald-5 Emerald at the Venmo. You see it on the bottom of the screen. Jfkshowoff on the Venmo. Jfkshowoff on the Cash App. I'm getting a little tongue tied. I'm sorry, people. I'm trying to fly an airplane. Go over to his YouTube right now and go sub up to my man if you haven't yet already, or become a member to his channel. He just got a new computer, and he's about to start doing mornings. We're going to start jumping into the morning thing. JFK, James Jackson. The difference is JFK is going to be the co-pilot while James Jackson takes over the wheel of the 777. He's been watching his man fly the plane, and he's been learning, and he's going to take control in the mornings, and we're going to do double times. We're going to have some morning streams about some subjects, and we're going to have, how we do it on the JFK Fuckery Donuts in the shop, how we do it every night. So we're going to be doubling up on some days, and it's going to be fun, right, James?
Absolutely. Can't wait. Yes, Bukaki. I'll be flying my 357. It's gonna be a little plane now, but we're gonna take over the mornings, and then we'll come back to you at night. And yes, please pass the pepper. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait, man.
Yeah, I mean, and we seen Vinny. He's very upset. Let's check what Vinny got to say some more. I think what Vinny got to say is it puts us all on course to know exactly what's going on. So when someone asks us these questions about what's going on with the Karen Reed case, this is some great information.
Census on the charges, even if the jury's deadlock pertains specifically to count 2, which it did, their notes made no such distinction, nor did they indicate any verdict would be returned to the judge in open court as required. Did they know they could do that? Or are we once again, the people in robes and the lawyers, presuming that a jury could return a partial verdict? Did they know they could do that?
No.
Or did they think that we have to come to a complete conclusion or nothing? Why are we presuming they understand a partial verdict? There are lawyers and kids in law school that don't know.
Papsman. I gotta stop you there, man. Yeah. I got nothing but love, man. You made the decorated dude shit. You're an older gentleman. Why do you think Vinny's a tool, man?
Yeah, he's finally come out his shell. You gotta remember too. He's also real quick. He's also he's a businessman, Vinny. So he's been on court TV for a long time. He didn't know how to jump right into this. He didn't want to. He had, I think, failed it out. And that's why he brought people on to kind of see. But now he just knows it's all fuckery. So I don't think Vinny's a tool. I think he's raising awareness. But go ahead, Jay.
Hey, Full Melt, thank you for the super chat too, Full Melt. I'm going to check that out for you, what you said before, and you're right, Full Melt, if you're out there watching. Everybody, peace signs up to Full Melt, hash values, Full Melt, hash values, peace to Full Melt. Thank you. He's been he's free Karen Reed or she's free Karen Reed. I don't know. I just see a cat. I don't know if that's a girl cat. Is it a guy cat? I don't fucking know, James. I just want to fly.
Is it even a cat? No, that's a little pug.
It's a pug. Oh shit! Yo, what the fuck? Disclaimer. Yo. Oh man, let me take it back, man. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Oh shit. Yes. And now rocking with J.F.K and James Jackson. We part of the not fucking around crew. And this is how we do it. We so in love, girl. I'm sorry I called your cat. I mean your pug a cat.
I'm in love with you, girl, 'cause you're on my mind. You're the one I think about most every time. And when you crack a smile and everything you do, don't you understand, girl, this love is true. You're so sick of hanging on, sweet and thin. That's kind of like a potion up on your skin. It lightens up my day, and that's also true. Together we're one, separated we're two. To make it all mine is my desire. 'Cause you contain a quality that I admire. To put it plain and simple, you rule my world, so try to understand.
Everybody!
I'm so in love, girl. I'm just in love, girl. And this is true. Girl, you know it's true. I love you. Yes, you know it's true. I love you.
And P.S. The JFK show was fire. Yeah, I love the JFK show. Shout out to JFK and James Jackson. Love them. Great stuff there. 39,000 feet. All right, cool.
Yes, 39,000 feet. We're now up at 39,000, James. We hit the 2-hour mark. 39,000. Woo! How we feeling out there, chat? How we feeling? How we doing? We doing all right?
We got pug life instead of thug life. Welcome to Deathrow.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, man. That song, Girl You Know It's True, is probably one of my top 5 favorite songs of all time. And you wouldn't know it because I rapidy rap. But I love that shit. I play that shit. I'm corny like that. I like it. I don't care. I mean, that's AI before AI.
Right. That was that was what, Milli Vanilli?
Yeah, man, they killed that shit, bro. And it's a crazy story what happened to them too, you know? One of them died, man. R.I.P.
Man.
But I like that shit. That shit is when that shit came out.
When that shit
came out.
Oh shit.
Yo, man, I gotta be nostalgic, man. When that came out, I gotta take it back to the little kid in me, man. I mean, that was popping.
When they got outed though.
I don't care. I don't even care, man. Eazy-E didn't write his rhymes. And I love Boys. Eazy-E's one of my favorite rappers, and he never wrote a rhyme in his life.
It's like today's, man. Half of them don't write. And the shit they get now.
Oh man, you know the Boys, man. Dial My Heart. Oh, you mean Boys to Men? Yeah, Boys to Men, classic. I thought you meant the Boys. Dial My Heart. That was one of my joints too. Yeah, I'm definitely a Gen X, Josie Lou. Definitely a Gen X for sure. Duran had some shit too. Did I just see that in the chat? Duran, man. They had a song that came out in the song that came out in the 90s though, like that popped back out in like 93.
Yeah.
They had a hit in like 93. I forget the name of it. But it was you know what? I'm gonna play that next show. I'm gonna find that joint.
That was my uncle's.
It was a banger. It was like 90. It was like 93, 92 maybe. They came back out with a hit. It was like some abstract. It was some abstract shit. I forget the name of it. Give me some songs that came out. Give me like that 91, 92 Duran Duran. Because the other one was Duran Duran was he was running through a jungle and shit. That was like the first one that came out in the 80s when cable first popped off. What was the name of that track?
Hungry Like a Wolf?
Yeah, Hungry Like a Wolf. Yeah, yeah. Is that the one?
Peppa.
Ordinary World and Come Undone.
Come
Undone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hungry Like a Wolf was like their first joint that came out on cable. But Come Undone was a hit. And that was like what, 91, 92? Yeah, man. I remember listening to Come Undone. Pause, if necessary.
If necessary. Shit.
But you know, Pap Smear, he said, JFK, you ever up at TCB Studios in Lansdowne? Well, I've been on Lansdowne. I don't know exactly what that abbreviation means, so maybe not. But yeah, I've been on Lansdowne plenty times, even back then. But Pap Smear, to segue back into the Vinny thing, I mean,
give him a chance.
Right now he's doing good. No, I mean, all the stuff that he's saying. I mean, maybe he's realizing the StreamYard thing. I mean, maybe this is his quiet exit off court TV. Maybe he's gonna quietly leave court TV and just start this YouTube thing. He sees a future in it. Maybe. All I know is it's helping me out. The way he explains it, I understand it. And honestly, who else is explaining it as good as him? I mean, yeah, Don't get me wrong. Melanie Little explains it.
Brother
I like
Counsel.
Brother Counsel. I don't know, man. I like the way Vinny's getting down on this one, though. I mean, much respect to all them. They explain it well, too.
Yeah.
No question.
Vinny,
but
I like
this particular one right here, he's wilding the fuck out.
Yeah, he's fed up, man. You can tell. He's fed up with this shit. And shit. We got Vinny on our side. Next thing you know, Vinny's gonna have the pink hoodies on, the Boomer Love, the disclaimer hoodies, screaming free Karen Reed.
It's absurd.
It's absurd.
It's absurd.
Is it, Vinny? He is pissed. Listen to him.
You're gonna send Vinny some merch.
Vinny, what's up, Vinny? Talk to him.
I don't get it.
You don't get it?
This is the part that makes me angry because I served on a jury.
Talk to him, Vinny.
We presume they know how it works. We presume they know how it works. Now, someone's writing, how do you know none of the jurors was a judge or an attorney? I don't think any of them were a judge. And if they were an attorney, there are different attorneys. There are attorneys who never try cases. There are attorneys who try cases who don't know the rules.
Ooh.
I've seen it on court TV. I've seen it. So don't presume if someone is an esquire or blah, blah, blah at law
what?
that they know the rules of evidence, the rules of criminal procedure. They could be a lawyer. They could be a civil attorney. All they do is depositions. Never try a criminal case.
Talk to him, Vinny. Talk to him.
Maybe they did try a criminal case, never had a partial verdict. Didn't know how it worked. You can't presume anything. Even if they were a lawyer, I would not presume that they would necessarily understand or know that. And they might just get it wrong.
Talk to him, Vinny. Vinny.
Let's continue. Again, this is the problem I have. And I know firsthand, having served as a juror. It was a civil case. There's a video on it somewhere.
There's a video on it somewhere. Who gives a shit?
Number 6. I told you I've got 7. I'm going to get through the 7. Okay. The only verdict which can be received and regarded as complete and valid verdict of a jury upon which a judgment can be rendered is an open and public verdict given in and assented to in open court as the unanimous act of the jury and affirmed and entered of record in the presence and under the sanction of the court. Okay, getting paid by the word, right? This was likely written back in the days when lawyers were getting paid by the word. And what they would do is make things so complicated so you'd have to hire a lawyer to understand it.
Talk to him, Vinny.
So this, again, is the problem with the law in Massachusetts, that a verdict is only a verdict if it's rendered in open court.
Oh, shit, Vinny!
If it's rendered in open court.
Okay. Okay, that's how you want to do it. That's fine. So again, this presumes no interest or curiosity about the truth. None. Zero. Justice equals the truth. Justice isn't a rule here that we've got to announce it in open court. It must be proclaimed. Hereto, therefore, affirmed and entered into record. In the presence of
doing
these.
this shit on court TV.
The jury doesn't know what they're doing. Here's the thing. We're not even getting to the point of what the jury reached because we don't even want to know. And that's the most offensive part of this entire thing, is that the trial judge who's following appellate court decisions. So it's really on the appellate court, not so much on the trial court, because she's just following these appellate decisions. These are things that the appellate court and the Supreme Court of Massachusetts should fix. Right? So in this case, Judge Cannone followed the case law properly. Okay? The problem is the case law should change. The case law should be applied.
You listening to me? Attention to what I'm saying,
Scenario differently, much like when they made the exception for ethnic and racial bias. They made see all the stuff that the judge is relying upon when they were concerned about ethnic and racial bias in a jury room. They changed the law. You follow me? They changed the law can change. Now, a trial court can do that, but it's really the job of the appellate courts to do that, to see injustice and adjust the law accordingly. Because you have a case that just doesn't fit with the law the way it stands, because it would be against the interest of justice, which is the interest of the truth. And that's why they did it with the racial ethnic bias. Nobody complained about that. Were there people jumping up and down saying, well, jurors should be allowed to base their verdicts on the color of people's skin if they want? And we should not know about that. There's a sanctity in the private conversations of jurors. Oh, really? Well, all of a sudden, they were able to pierce that privacy because of the ethnic and racial discrimination that was going on. So you can pierce the privacy. And that's the problem. And in those cases, what was proclaimed in court was thrown out. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. Seems silly to me. At this point, it just seems silly. It seems like we're just holding on to this for the point of holding on to it, like there's no exception when there actually is an exception. And they're saying, well, this can be the only exception. Why is that the only exception? Why? Was thrown out, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. Seems silly to me. At this point, it just seems silly. It seems like we're just holding on to this for the point of holding on to it, like there's no exception when there actually is an exception. And they're saying, well, this can be the only exception. Why is that the only exception? Why? Why would that be the only exception is skin color or your ancestry? I don't know. Double jeopardy is a constitutional violation, being tried twice for the same crime.
Double jeopardy is a constitutional violation for being tried twice for the same crime, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. What a flight it's been, huh, James? We're learning a lot.
I can't wait to see Vinny back on TV and Plevlin say some dumb shit to him. You know? For real.
He's going to wild out on him.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because Plevlin can't talk like, I mean, Plevlin's been real quiet. I haven't heard nothing from that dude, thank God. But what I'm saying is, like, you can't say that to Vinny. Like, you can't tell him, well, they're only doing this because of this situation or that situation. You can't. Vinny's saying it doesn't matter. The way they're going about this, the way they're retrying her, the way they broke the laws, it's not right. Whether you think she's guilty or not guilty, you can't do that. That's against what I went to school for, what I stand for. And if this dude tries to justify it anyway on court TV, he's going to get that Vinny, like you said, for sure.
Yep. Definitely is.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to open up the phone lines, ladies and gentlemen. Take a couple phone calls for your boys. Who's going to call? Who's calling up your boys tonight? What phone calls will we have? Who will call? Who will call? Hope you guys are having fun tonight. We haven't did phone calls for a little while. We usually get some good ones. The phone lines are open. Appreciate you, Josie, Laura Pike. We got turbulence in the chat again? Did I see turbulence? No turbulence.
Josie's gonna call.
Yeah, Josie could call if she wants. I wish Plevin would call. He's not calling. You never know. I mean, he's probably the one that's making all the fake accounts. Man, it's been a crazy night, man. And I shared my story a little bit, and that happened to me 3 times by the same agency. Put it that way. Oh, we got Josie. Josie, Josie, how we doing? We're all right, Josie.
Good. How are you guys doing? Good.
We're here, Josie.
Good flight.
It's
Pretty
been a good
fun flight tonight.
Thank you so much. We're just flying 39,000 right now, cruising, about to start descending. But what's happening with you, girl?
I was just going to start descending myself because it's past my bedtime. You know, I have to get up at 4:30 in the morning. But and I started saying goodnight to everybody, and then you open up the phone lines, and I'm going, I'm calling.
That's awesome. I'm glad I caught you before you went to sleep.
How's James?
James is fine. James is right here. He's listening. He's here.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Mark. Mark is saying hello too. She's sending me texts on the chat. Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing? I just wanted to check in, James. It was a pretty tough day yesterday with all the news we got, but it was pretty exciting today. Everybody was engaged, and I don't know if you heard, but there were a few motions as far as getting all the documentation and investigation and anything that was related to the Sandra Birchmore case, which includes, right, like Proctor, all of the same bozos and characters and clowns.
Yeah, all the clowns. Same clowns.
All the clowns. So we're looking forward to that. I think a lot of dirt is going to come out of it. So,
Indeed.
But,
you're doing a stream now? Is that what I'm hearing? You're streaming now?
No. So for about a year, I think, there's a group of us, Backseat Juror, which, by the way, every time that if you have any spare freebies like memberships and stuff, can you throw a couple our way? Because you can't see us. Sometimes I'm on the other channel and I throw messages at you guys, but I don't think you know that's me. So I have to go to my other user so you guys see me, but I have a membership with you guys on my other channel, but not on the Josie Lou.
What's the other one?
No, I don't. That's not my aim. I'm not gonna promote that on your channel.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to No,
Okay.
I want everybody to stay with JFK and James Jackson. That's not my aim.
All
But
right.
eventually, little by little, people will find it because we don't do shows like that. What we do is we get on phone calls. We start like looking into the relationships between Jen McCabe and Brian Albert and Bev and Morrissey, and we start talking. And it's just discussions between the two of us, and we start like brainstorming together. And sometimes we put, little bits of pieces of the puzzle together. And, you help us tremendously because right after the enhancement of the waterfall, we were able to see a lot of stuff that we did not see when it was first aired out. Does it make any sense?
Yeah.
So we grab a few pieces of information from everybody and then we compare it to like testimonies that everybody said or didn't say. We compare it to call logs, to anything that we can find that is written or not written out there. And then we look for a way to, I don't know, make it all make sense. So before the StreamYard thing, we did it confidentially, like privately, like it was between all of us. It just allowed us to change like screens and papers and documents and stuff like that. And there was one or two that it sort of like escaped from our hands and they became public. And after the first one or two, a couple of people that are close to us heard it and they said, "Hey, this is fun as hell. Why don't you just let them go?" And that's what we've been doing. But it's not aiming to. It doesn't aim to compete with anything. I mean, we're not editors. We don't do video editing. We don't know any of that. We don't have the cool stuff that you guys have. I cannot put music together at the same time. It's not that. It's just thinking out loud between the two of us. And backseat juror, which she's on your chat. We both follow you guys. And I are the ones who do that.
Nice.
But it's just fun. It's
No,
just
I get it.
it's a
I
way
get it.
to-
You got you're communicating and you're doing your thing. It's
But,
and
yeah.
you're putting awareness on situations.
Well, I'm just talking. It's like I said, it's just thinking and talking out loud between us, and
That's what we do mostly on
without.
this show anyway. That's what we do.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
you
we
guys
do
are
on-
fun.
Yeah.
Backseat
You guys
Juror
are
said,
fun, both of you.
tell her Backseat Juror said they scream
So
at each
I'm
other.
looking forward to tomorrow. There's a couple of people that are going to be going through those motions, and we
When's-
typically try to
when-
watch those.
When's Karen's next court date? It's coming up, right? There's one
I
coming up.
think it's next week. It's the 18th, but I think the 18th is. I don't think they're going to show up.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
It's not. She doesn't have to be present.
I didn't work on Monday. I mean, I was so excited when I heard that the Supreme Justice Court was going to come out with a decision that I called everybody and I said, "Okay, you do this, you do that, you do that," and I just stayed home. I didn't do absolutely nothing. And then I've had these nightmares about Higgins. Oh, did you hear about that? I put it on the
No.
shot.
No, go ahead.
Twice I've had these nightmares about Higgins that it shows up on the news, ATF agent found dead, single gunshot, and I'm going, oh my God. And last night my husband even woke me up at 3:45 in the morning. It's like, Joe, and I'm going, what's going, you're having a nightmare. I'm going, oh my God, again?
Oh man.
Same thing. And then what bothers me is that I guess the news came out and talked about it and said it was the same ATF agent that was involved in the Karen Reed situation. But when I look at the date on the news, it's almost like it came, we were all told by the news channels like 3, 4, 5 days later. Like we never knew. We didn't know. And then it's almost like the McCulverts and the McTooth and, Jens and company blamed everything solely on him and they were able to get off the hook. And that got me like all rattled up. I was it was so intense because the dream was very vivid. It was a nightmare, but it was very vivid. It was almost like it was real. And the first time I woke up by myself, I never thought anything about it. And, okay, so it was a dream. But the second time, and I'm going, okay, what the heck is going on here? But, dreams are dreams. That's all it is.
We'll see. Man, that's crazy. Yeah, man. You know, we talk about him a lot, right? He's in everybody's conversation. So it's not, you know, it's
Yeah.
something that just might be in your back of your cerebellum that just popped into a dream. You know?
My cerebellum.
Yeah.
I like that word. I'm gonna use it more often. But it's also the fact that we're all like looking for this to finish, to just come to an end. That I think we're getting very close to the tail end of things.
Oh
That's
yeah.
what my gut tells me. So that's what
It's
I'm hoping
coming.
for.
It's coming, man. I mean, it would.
I
Wouldn't.
hope.
It wouldn't surprise me. You know, I just don't see them dismissing it. But then again, it wouldn't surprise me if they want to go with this shit show. I mean, you know.
What surprised me the most was that the Supreme Court of Justice did not take this as an opportunity. This was a beautiful opportunity to make a few amendments to everything that's going on and adapt it not only to the fact that we're in the 21st freaking century, but also, make it so it's not a court decision to tell the jurors you cannot return a jury form until all the charges, all the decisions have been made in all the charges unanimously. Who says that? Why does the judge have authority to actually come out and instruct the jurors do not return a jury form, the verdict form, until you have all reached a unanimous decision? It shouldn't. That's not on the law. That doesn't exist.
Right.
So you see what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I understand that the judge has certain discretions, but abusing those discretions is also against the law. So where does where is the line drawn? That's my point. This was a beautiful opportunity. The fact that it was ignored, and maybe it was not in their hands. Maybe it was a legislative thing. I'm not sure. But what I'm saying is there's so many things that they could have done to avoid mistrials. Bev is the queen of mistrials. If you Google her and you find out how many times she said, "Oh, I'm declaring a mistrial in this case. I'm declaring." Come on, man! It's a waste of money. It's a waste of time, resources, the jurors, their families. It's a
Josie, now that I
sacrifice
got you
so
on the
long.
phone, now that I got you on the phone, let me ask you one question, right? And then we can wrap this up, right? Let me just ask you this. So the last couple of streams, you know, we were talking about Karen, and one of the things Karen did on the Fox News interview, she talked about John O'Keefe, about how that when she brought him up, she said that she had his phone and that, you know, he was living this reckless lifestyle and this and that. Like, what do you feel about her speaking on John? Do you think she should have spoke on him at all? Do you think she said the right thing? Did she say the wrong thing? Was it wrong what she said? Is she justified saying what she said? And let me add to that. When they talked about the family, you know, John's mother, you know, she's crying and Paul, and she's like, "Oh, that's her brother." And I just looked through him. Do you think she might, you know, do you think she should have said something else, like along the lines of, "Hey, I miss John, you know, God bless his family." Instead, she was like kind of against her family. Do you think she did the wrong thing there on the media to get like a wrong look?
Well, for me, it's a it's not the answer that I guess everybody's gonna like because, and I guess a lot of people could identify with Karen at one point or another in our lives. You know, you're surrounded by people that love you, but you're also surrounded by people that hate you. Sometimes for the wrong reasons because they hate you without knowing you. But if people are basing stuff on perception, Karen has a very intrinsic way of saying what she feels. She said, we now have John's phone, and it is like a journal because it's a collection of memories, of text messages, his pictures, things that he said that he didn't say. He said, we both made wrong decisions, by choosing to drink, by choosing to hang around the wrong people. She also said, what was the first thing that you asked me? Oh, she said it took her about several days,
Yeah.
not seven, several days.
What does that mean, though? Several means something different than seven?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so it doesn't matter if it's like 7 or 5 or 3 or 4, but I think about it this way.
I'm asking you straight up, Josie. So if someone says several days, it could mean 2 days, you're saying?
No, I think it could be 3. I think it could be 4. Don't forget, the first day she's looking for him, and he's
But why wouldn't she? Why wouldn't she just say? But what? I don't mean to cut you off. But why wouldn't she
It
just say
didn't
3
click
days?
on her. I don't. It's just a choice of words.
Okay.
It's just a choice of words.
All right.
And I don't look at her. I mean, you're pretty good. I think the fact that you have an ear, that you're into music, you're very high on intuition. You can hear, see what people often, like it escapes them. It escapes them. You pick up on little things, James. I've seen you do that. And it's admirable because if more people had
JFK,
that
you
talent
mean
or
JFK or
capacity,
James?
JFK. If more people had that talent, we wouldn't be in the situation that we are with all these jurors that pretty much were sitting there doing nothing. Like, there were so many things that escaped them that they didn't even catch up on. And people that have your type of like common sense and intuition, you cash on those things. Hank Brennan. Did you see the other day how he said, well, they sent an expert, CPD called me, and they asked me, what do we do? There's an expert here. And I told them, give them everything. Did you cash up on that?
Yes,
but then at the same time, he's saying, there's no video. So if there's no video, why is CPD on the phone calling you, asking you for a green light on what to give them? Because he already said there's no video. So why are they calling you? Calling you for what? To get a green light for what? Not a lot of people caught up on that either. So Karen has a very particular repertoire of words. If you listen to her, she doesn't look for them. They come naturally to her. She has a way to articulate what she wants to say.
Do you think? So my thing is this, right? So I'm speaking on a woman's point of view, and you're a professional woman, right? You could just tell the way you talk, the way you move, and everything. You're a professional woman, so that's the way you view it. All right. So let me ask you this: so you say several days can mean 2 or 3. I call bullshit. I think 7 days is 7 days. That's just me. Like, you know what I mean? When someone says several days, if I go to my car to bring my car in and it's broken, and they say several days, I'm not going to be like, all right, I'll see you in 2 days. I'm gonna be like, fuck, you got my car for a week? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So
I see.
That
Okay.
wordplay,
Fair enough.
I don't know about that, but whatever, to each his own. Maybe that's what she meant. I'm not a psychic. I can't read her mind, so she gets a pass. But let me just say this. Do you think that the aesthetic that she did, sitting with Ted Daniel, kind of making it like a mini documentary, driving in the seaport, showing the behind the scenes, like everything's got to be like a mini Netflix series? Why wouldn't she just, not for nothing, why wouldn't Karen just make a YouTube channel? I mean, it's been working thus far. The Glera, JFK, obviously Turtle Boy #1. And then after that, you got the Young Jerks and so on, right? Everybody that's doing it, it's been working. You got people outside, free Karen Reed, freezing cold, wearing pink, people are knitting things and being creative. Why wouldn't she just stay in that lane? Why does she disconnect from that when she speaks? Why does she go to the mainstream media when that doesn't work for her? And that's always been my thing. My thing when I say the word aesthetic is like it doesn't match up, is because I always said she should do a new soundbite, but I didn't necessarily mean go on Fox News. And then you slip up and say things like several days. And then you slip up and say things like, and I'm not going to say slip up, but your choice of words, should I say, like you said, your choice of words is several days. And then your choice of words is I look right through John O'Keefe's brother. I mean,
Well, at
if
this
you're
point,
saying
I couldn't.
if you're saying it on but I'm just saying, why would if Karen Reed made a YouTube channel tomorrow, she would have 20,000 subscribers by the end of the night.
Mm-hmm.
And
let me ask you a question.
It would do more damage than Channel 7. I'm just saying, like, the aesthetic doesn't match up. I don't know why is everything going to be a minute documentary and shit like that. I don't understand that.
At some point, that our friend also called her out on that and said, it's time for you to give back. That's what Sean said. And McDonough, that's what Sean said too, because he felt the same way you're feeling.
No. Disclaimer. No. Definitely not feeling what Sean's feeling. I'm not saying she should get. I'm not. Hold on, Josie. I did not say that she should give back. I didn't say that. I just said I think she could do more damage if she went about it herself on a platform. She
Absolutely.
could create her own platform. She don't need JFK. She don't need Turtle Boy. She don't need anybody. She could just create a Karen Reed channel, and with our help, we could say, hey, Karen Reed created a channel. She would have all the subscribers, and I think it would do more numbers, and it would look different. It would be a different optic, a different look, and be more comfortable instead of being on mainstream media, being underneath the gun and having bait. Because that dude, Ted Daniels, hit her with, what makes you not guilty? And she felt for the bait, and she only stuck on one thing. She said, oh, a 3,000-pound truck. If she was sitting in the comfort of her own home, she probably would have been like, what makes me not guilty? What the fuck you mean? What makes me not guilty? I didn't do this. Fuck you. Like
I
things would
didn't
be,
do it.
you know what I mean?
Okay.
But when you're underneath
Yeah.
the scope of Ted Daniels and Fox News, you're gonna be in a different type of zone, and that's all I'm saying. So I'm definitely not saying what Sean's saying. She needs to give back. So disclaimer on that.
No, and I meant it like it's time for her to talk. That's what he meant. And it's time for her to talk could be a double standard too, because in the position that she is, that was sort of like a control environment, I think. And you knew how those questions came at her almost like they were curveballs to her, thrown at her. At one point, they asked her, so who did it? And they both looked at each other. It's almost like they had agreed on saying, we don't know. Why did that change? Because you brought that up too the other day. Why did that change? Because in the past, they have said something different. But at the end of the day, JFK, I look at it from the point of view that at this point, she looks through John, through Paul, and everybody else in the family, because what else is she gonna do? They have gone against her. They have turned against her, thinking that they did it, not giving her the benefit of the doubt
Well,
to
hold
say
on a second,
absolutely
but wait a
nothing.
minute, but let's keep it real though. Regardless if she didn't kill him, does she hold any type of? I got James in here. James, we talked about this. Does she have? And listen, Karen, if you're watching, we're not disrespecting you. We're talking about from the courthouse point of view. We're talking about we're talking about the barbershop point of view. We're talking about the boxing gym, Planet Fitness, LA Fitness, the coffee shop. We're talking just regular talk. Does she hold
normal people?
Normal people. We're not trying to dig on you. Me and James talked about this. Does she have any accountability? At the end of the day, she dropped them off there, and she was talking to Higgins. And if the fight had anything to do with Brian Higgins because of her, she has accountability. So at the end of the day, her mother, and they're confused of what happened. So they're just blaming her because. And James said a great point the other night, right, James? You said that maybe her mother thinks that all police are good, right? Remember you said that?
Yeah, I said maybe because
James
John was
said
a good. I said because John was a great guy.
Who said that?
James Jackson. He's talking right now. I'll tell you what he said. Go ahead, James.
Saying that Peggy, probably looked at John as a good gentleman, good cop, or whatever, and maybe she thinks that all cops are like that. So that's why she's not thinking that this was done by police.
So James Jackson, man, once again with the point, man, my level-headed friend, my daughter loves James Jackson. She says, Dad, James is just so nice. He's so calm. Why don't you learn from him? But I said, calm down, girl. Go to bed. But listen, right. So James said his mother probably looks at her son, John O'Keefe, as a great cop, and she probably assumes that all cops are like her son, great people, and she wouldn't think they would do something like that. So you got to give the woman the benefit of the doubt, and
a mom is a mom. I'm not gonna mess with that because I am a mom too, and I am somebody's daughter too. So if anybody was to mess with me, my parents would be biting anybody's head off. So, but in regards to Karen, her point is she didn't do it. So at this point, I think the answer that she gave to Ted Daniels, as far as like, I don't care who did it, I don't know who did it. Because right now, what she's doing is fighting for her life. And her focus with this $5 million defense team that she's paying is to find a way to either dismiss this trial or go through the trial with enough conviction and evidence and reasonable doubt so she can get acquitted and move on with her life. We're not going to find justice for John without having Karen freed, because until Karen is being convicted for his murder, we're not focusing on who did this to John. When she said, I looked at John. There's no way a 6,900 wheelbase Lexus 570 V8 could have done that to John. There is no way in hell. There is
And
no
I
way.
agree. And I
So
agree. I agree.
was she perplexed and confused the first day and not having slept and having had drunk before the night before and being under the scrutiny and the brainwashing of Jen and Carrie? Yes. Was she wanting to go into the ambulance so she could follow the ambulance to Good Samaritan and section herself so she could be where he was? Yes. Was she traumatized and not knowing what to do? What the heck happened? Where did I leave him? And blacked out about all of this without even talking about all the other issues health-wise that she's got going. Okay, so now it's day 4. And now the day 3, she's going, okay, I'm going to need a lawyer. The day 4, Bukaki and Proctor are picking up the
Yeah,
car.
but she admitted.
And then
She
the day
admitted.
5,
Hold on. She admitted that she needed a lawyer that day, though.
yeah, I would have done it the minute that I found John. I would have been on my phone. Dad, call a lawyer, call the cops, call somebody. Help me. Somebody help me. Because don't forget,
All I'm
Jen
saying
was
is,
not buddies with
all my point
Karen.
is this: she knows that they're taking every sound bite she does and going to use it against her in court. I'm not saying they're going to use that particular.
Yep.
You know what
That
I mean?
I'm a little concerned.
But
Yep.
if that's what I'm saying, like that would be her testimony.
Yep.
Yeah, like that's
Yep.
what you want. That you want the jury to hear that just because you felt like
And
saying that because that's your choice
yeah.
of words. Like, come on, you got to be a little bit more slick
And
than
you're
that.
right about that. And I've been worried about that because if you think about it, just like everything has changed. In the beginning, everybody thought that Chris went home and Julie had a headache. And then paperwork came up. And now in a document, in a police report, it says that Chris and Julie followed Brian to the house. So as time goes by, everything sort of evolves. Well, you have to understand that she also puts pieces together. And her idea and her whatever it is that she sees that could have happened, that happened, also changes along with everything that comes up. So one time she said something, in the other 2020 she said something else. It was pretty similar, but the way that they presented those interviews and those shows that they did, they also sort of cut it and make it look like she said something, and they don't let her continue the phrase, so it looks like it's all chopped up. And then she shows up with Ted Daniels, and all of a sudden, after we're on a cover-up culprit situation, now it's like we don't know who did it. But I understand what they did that, and that's I give them all I applaud them for doing that, because right now what we need to fight is the fact that all the things that Karen has to prove is reasonable doubt, so she can be acquitted, or there's not a trial, or they can file that full throttle motion that Alan Jackson was talking about, so the trial is dismissed. That should be the main focus. Until we finish with Karen's case, we can't even start with John's case. And in the meantime, the people who did this to him are walking free, like they have not a worry in the world, and they are within society. Oh, they're worrying. I know they're worrying.
They're worrying.
But they are living. They are living,
Yeah.
and they're free, and
Well,
they're
Josie,
hanging out among us.
Josie, I'm gonna stop you right there, right? And I appreciate the phone call. I'm gonna take the next phone call.
Okay, well, bye. You always do this to me.
No. Listen, you broke it down. You broke it down. Listen. I've been listening to everything you said. You said a lot, and you said a lot of great things, and you don't need to say no more. It is what it is. Get some sleep. It's 11:29 because I'm about to descend this plane. It's 2:45. I got another 15 minutes. I'm about to take this next phone call, and I'm about to get up out of here. But listen, Josie, I appreciate you. Let's talk again soon.
You're welcome. Okay. Night, you guys. Bye, everybody.
Peace and love. Josie, ladies and gentlemen.
Hold
Josie,
on.
ladies and gentlemen.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press...
You're live with JFK.
Hi.
You're live with JFK. Who's this?
Laura Pike.
What up, Laura?
How you doing?
What's happening?
Yo, hold on, Jay.
Just
real
called
quick.
to say,
hold on
what
one
I
second.
want
Hold on 1 second, Laura. What's up, James?
Hold my latte. What happened? She said, and the troll James Jackson asked SS Hockey to go to a motel room?
What?
I don't know. What? There was another James Jackson in there?
Hold my latte. Yeah, they said a lot of crap. Joanne got rid of them for me. Laugh out loud. Huh?
What's
I don't know what's going on. In the troll, James Jackson asked SS Hockey to go to a motel room. Wow. It's probably last night in the Turtle Boy chat, like you were talking about.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just want to say this. Josie, thank you for calling. She got to get up at 4:30 in the morning. She's very passionate. She's like me. She can go on all day. What I'm going to do is next live, I'm going to open up the phone lines right at the beginning of the show. That way people can talk as long as they want and we got more time. We're at 2 hours and 45 minutes. So be clear. We're not rushing anybody off the phone, but we're going to wrap this up in the 3-hour mark. So Laura, what's happening, girl? What's popping? What you want to talk about?
Oh, I don't want to hang you up for a very long time, but I want to talk about how people move. You know, if you are a cop or you are a person from the street, you know you move with your people. You move with your people. You don't have to say shit. You look at each other and you move together. And if you look at the night that this all shit went on, you can see every time somebody made a move, somebody else made a move. If you take a map of the whole entire area and you pinpoint every person and you look at every time somebody made a call, a text, a statement or something, another person moved. That person will make a statement, the next person will make a move. They all move together that night. And it does not take, that people are always saying, oh, what does Brian have? Morrissey, or what does Higgins have? It doesn't take having anything. It's just having a respect for somebody, or that rapport with them, that you're not going to cross them no matter what.
Right.
And once you're in with them and you stick into that story, you can't back out, because then you're going to come off like a fucking liar. You have to stay with it.
Right.
It's like Ludacris once said, when I move, you move. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I've seen people that they don't look like they belong with the crowd, but you see how they move and they're like they do. It's like this, influence. It's influence. When a bird flies out a tree, all of a sudden all the other birds fly out the tree. When a cow starts heading back to the fucking barn, all the other cows start following the cow back to the barn. It's the same thing with people. When somebody makes a move, you're going to move with your people, because once you're locked into that secret, that deceitful secret, you have to kind of stay with it,
No, you're right.
So there's nothing, you don't have to be manipulated or any of that. The fact that these people over there eating cake and being invited to birthday parties and feeling like they're part of the crowd, and this guy was, having his own show. So, it's like they feel like they owe it to him to kind of get his back and, protect them and not do these things. Influence is fucking huge. It's like this. When Nick Rocco first came on the set, he was like, and still is, a very well-spoken man. He's well-spoken. He's well-dressed. He's got a beautiful wife. I mean, everything is good and great for this guy. Influence is huge. A week ago, we seen this guy with a flat brim and a hoodie talking about fucking pizzas. Ain't nobody want no fucking pizzas. I mean, he changed up his whole shit because of influence.
Right.
And that's fact. That's fact. People roll with their people. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you people change. In like with this Julie girl, she lied like crazy about this blob, and all of a sudden the blob's 6'2" and all this bullshit. This is because she feels she owes it to these people, because they've invited her into the home as a guest. She's hanging around with the son. She feels she owes it to these people to put this bullshit out there. It's like an extra protection, but now it's biting her.
Right.
But
I mean, It might get her indicted.
It might. It really might.
I think there's some truth to what she says. I think, like, believe it or not, when she says she's seen a blob and it was John O'Keefe, I think she's seen John O'Keefe. I think, like, because her take is that she's seen a blob, right? And and it could have been John O'Keefe. I think because she was the one that was outside when talking to her brother when Karen was out there. So it's possible she's seen John go in the house, or when she walked back in the house, John was right there. So I think she did see him. I think, just based on the way she's talking, because like you said, why did she be the one to say oh, I seen a blob, as if like she knows more than everybody else. Like, and she's like, she has to prove to them, like, look, I'll say I seen a blob and it was him because I seen him. Because maybe the other girl and little Brian A didn't see him because he walked right down the stairs, but she probably seen him, and they're probably scared that she's gonna rat. And like you said, she's the first one to be like, nah, I'm not the rat. Look, I'm gonna go on the stand and just lie. And you know what I mean? And that's you know what I'm saying? So there's like some truth to her bullshit, if you ask me. Because she says when she went outside, she said when she went outside, she didn't even see Karen's truck. But Karen was there.
I agree. I mean, there's something going on with her because of all the people that testified. Like, fucking Carmen couldn't even remember his name. But she fucking remembers a blob, and then it's a fucking 6'2" blob. And, you know, it's just like she's something going on with that girl, in my opinion. There's something fucking going on with that girl. And I just get past that.
She knows someone needs to put her in a fucking room, an interrogation room, right? And feed her Twinkies. Right? Give her a couple of fucking zebra cakes and some milk and some cigarettes, and she's gonna blow the whistle. No one did that. And another thing is, people say, well, why did she last this long? Keep in mind, she didn't get interviewed until like a year later. So like a whole year, Big Bad Brian A was saying to her, you ain't gotta worry about nothing. And a whole year goes by, so she's believing it. And then finally they step to her. And like you said, now Big Bad Brian A and everybody probably says to her, listen, a year went by. If you say something now, they're gonna say that you're in on it, this and that. So she's more scared. So now she feels like, watch, I'll cover it up even better. I'll say it was a blob.
Yeah,
I mean,
There's just something about that girl because, like, the way Ryan, her brother, switched up on Turtle Boy. Like, at first he was all fucking good and cool. And even Turtle Boy was like, oh, this fucking kid's cool, you know? But then that altercation that happened in front of the pizza shop, that kid wasn't so fucking cool no more, you know? And I think it has a lot to do with Julie and what she had to say and how she was. I don't know. I just know that you really don't have to be owing people favors at all. Right. You can just have that general respect, you know. I mean, like, you know, I moved down here to Puerto Rico and I come down here, I'm a single mom with 2 kids. I move into a fucking ghetto. I don't know anybody. There's shootings. There's all kinds of shit going on. And I'm like, yeah, I got to meet the right people. So I seek out sketchy fucking people deliberately. And, you know, these beggars at the gas station looking for quarters and nickels, and I'm dropping $5 in the cups. Like, you know, they see me coming. They're like, you know, this is my bread and butter. This bitch got me for the day. This is my high. This is my meal. And so when this guy that I'm hanging around with, chilling out with him and his brother, takes a machete to my leg one day, just out of nowhere over a $20 bill, I'm going to tell you, all I had to do was go down to the gas station and mention that this fucking guy, you know, takes me with a machete. And yeah, that was just taken care of. You know what I'm saying? That was handled. I didn't even owe these people. They didn't owe me. There was never any exchange. You know, it was just that mutual respect, you know?
Yeah, that old school shit, like the bully.
It is. It's that old school shit. And like we move with each other, you know what I'm saying? You like I said, you move with your people. And I know that night, some of those people that were there maybe didn't want no part of it, maybe didn't have any idea what was going on. I really don't even know if Brian Jr. and like a couple of them really knew what was going on. But I do know that this guy didn't come out of nowhere with, you know, calling the lawyer and saying, hey, I heard this story and all this, because he got a teen daughter that hangs out with these people, you know. And she was saying supposedly, you know, that this guy was convulsing and seizuring and all this was being said.
There's a lot of information there.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
And then he backtracked. And then he backtracked because he didn't want to be the rat.
Right. He didn't want to be the guy that blew it up because his name got put out.
Yeah.
You know, so he just backed out of it. But his teen daughter hangs out with these people, so you've got to believe that there's some truth to what he's saying. And he knew this shit before the reports were out about the injuries. How would he know what kind of injuries this man has before it's even reported to the public? You know, I mean, I just feel like maybe the daughter was either there or got the information or something. I don't know, but these kids hang out together. They tell each other shit. And in regards to Karen making that foolish statement, I think it was foolish to say several. several days or 7 days, whatever it was. I probably
Let me
wouldn't
ask you
have
this,
went
Laura.
nuts.
Laura, you've been around, man, and you know how it is. You're in Puerto Rico, man. Like you said, you're in a tough town, right? So to speak.
Right.
So let me ask you this. She say it takes her 7 days to figure out what happened to John. She dropped him off there. She seen him that morning. He's laid out. Several days is going to take you what happened. You seen he got black eyes, this and that. Now, keep in mind, they could use that soundbite in court, right? And be like, look, she didn't even know for several days. Like, what was she, blacked out? Like, do you think it would take several days to figure out what happened to him?
Yeah, it sounds crazy. I mean, like my mother always used to say, like, my brother weren't the quickest, and my mother used to always say, dawn breaks on Marblehead. Like when he finally come to the conclusion of what was going on, even though everybody, like catching up like a week later, when everybody already knew what the fuck was happening. Some people just don't catch up. But she's an intelligent woman, so it just doesn't look right, The statement didn't look right because she's not some yahoo. She's an intelligent businesswoman. She's educated.
Right.
And that's the thing is like, here's another thing. The reason why a lot of people don't like Karen is because she's not cut from the cloth that we are. And I say we because we, the people that's standing out there, all the boots on the ground people, they're jeans and T-shirts kind of people. They got calluses on their hands because they work. They're a different kind of breed of people, I mean, we're the working class. Yeah, I get it. But, she's in a different class of people. She's a high class woman, so a lot of women will feel envious of that shit. You get women that just like jealous. And so you'll have that big crowd of people not liking her. And, you have all these people bitching about how she's dressing, how she's acting and stuff. She can dress how she wants. She can act how she wants. It'd be fucking ridiculous for me to throw on a dress. I'd feel like a fool because I don't dress that way, Right. So for her to throw on a pair of jeans and T-shirts, she'd be out of her element,
Right.
I think that the way she dresses is good, and it's right for who she is, and it promotes her as an educated woman. But definitely acting like, saying that you don't know what the fuck went on for 7 days is bizarre because, holy shit, I'd expect that, like I said, out of my knuckleheaded brother. They're slow, because like who the fuck didn't remember what the fuck went on for the last 7 days unless she was really, really traumatized by the event and couldn't get past other thoughts.
Well, she knew what was going on in 7 days because guess what? The fucking police were surrounding her house. I'm pretty sure them cops are everywhere, man. Every time she looked out the window, she's seen a state trooper. I'm saying that sound bite. I'm just saying, knowing that they're gonna use things against you. I don't know. Like I don't understand the point of that. I don't know if it moved the needle, that interview. That's my whole thing.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it personally. I didn't think it went in her behalf. I would have never fucked with mainstream media ever. I would have, like you said, stored up my own show, or even chimed in more often on like these other.
Well, if she would have made her own channel and do it on her own channel, then the mainstream media would take what she said and promote it on their shit anyway. So you know what I mean? They're gonna tap into what she's doing anyway. Why give it to them? Just do it yourself and have them come get you. You know what I mean? Like they don't care about us. They want to hear from the horse's mouth. If she turns around tomorrow and says anything anywhere, the mainstream media is going to take it and run with it anyway. So she may as well just do it herself and not be in that predicament where it's a catch-22 question. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, being put on the spot like that, and
exactly.
Not sure if she can even answer the question like legally. So like looking to a lawyer, like, oh shit, can I answer this? I probably would never even got involved with the mainstream media. I would have left that right alone. But she did what she did, and
that's what it is.
Hopefully, it got a lot more people looking at the case. I definitely believe 100% that John was his life was shortened by these characters in this home. I don't think Karen had anything to do with it, whether they had words or not. When you point out that heel toe move, you fucking know it. When you're hanging out with your boys and then some clown comes around and they're fucking, it's like the Lynn Saugus boys and shit back in the day. When you see that carload of Saugus boys roll too, you all motherfuckers start dancing, because you're about to throw down. I mean, that's a signature move that we're about to fucking throw fist. That's it. We're about to fight. No fucking man does that because they haven't joined the band. They doing that shit because I'm letting you know me and you are going outside. And that's the only reason why George did that fucking move right there. And that, yes, those women saw something was happening, but they're not cut from that cloth, so maybe they didn't pick up what was being put down. Because cops are cut from the same cloth as criminals. And you know, they really are, because it's always the same shit. You know, and every car they pull over, where you coming from, where you going. The reason why they're asking these questions is because they want to know the types of places you've been and the type of people you've been with, because then they know the things you're doing, you know. And so, you know, Karen might not pick up on things as quick as a person from the streets, you know, that type of behavior that was going on that night between those boys, you know, because cops are like street folk. And so she might have not entirely known what was going on. She may have known there was some bullshit, but that whole thing with McCabe, like inviting her, like, come on, you're coming with me, it's a surprise. And then they're going home and all this, like, what the fuck surprise was happening, and then you're going home? Right. What party goes on for an hour? What surprise was taking place in that hour that Karen never, you know, never came to fruition? What was that she had to, like, oh, you're coming with me? She was trying to separate Karen away.
Right.
For a reason.
Laura, we're about to land this plane. I appreciate the call. Call back anytime, all right, sweetie?
It was good to talk to you.
Yeah.
Good to talk to you, all right?
Yeah,
Take care.
let's talk again soon. Peace. Laura, ladies and gentlemen, Laura Pike from Puerto Rico.
Laura.
She lives in Puerto Rico. She's a good woman. Tough girl. You know, tough girl. I know Laura. She's a Lynn girl. I met her years ago. She's a tough woman. And she believes Karen Reed is not guilty, period. And, you know, we just questioning certain things. We just don't want to see Karen do something with these sound bites with this guy, because that's all they got, right? So why, God forbid, her own words be something to mess this trial up? Like, that be so wrong. Even though you're trying to get awareness, I get all that. I just don't know if that, I don't know. I just, it's a tough situation. It's like, you fucked if you do, you fucked if you don't. All I know is that waterfall video. People need to watch that, and people don't talk about that enough. And that's what I'm here to do, to show people the waterfall. It all started somewhere, and it's as simple as that, right, James? She was talking to Higgins, right?
Yes. I mean, that's what it is for me. She was talking with Higgins, and he didn't like that shit, man.
And I appreciate James. I don't have my little tool that I have where James can talk. So James had to just sit back and relax on the flight, like you guys, entertain in the chat. And I appreciate you being patient, James, with the callers. James was patient with all you guys. He loves to hear from you guys, and he would love to talk to you guys. And as soon as I get this, I left that pot at my crib, the little wire there. So
Yo, hold on 1 second. This dude Michael's a clown, because the first thing he said was about, you said something about the several days. We know several days is 2 to 3 under a week. So calm the fuck down. Then you just said, yeah, like Karen's really gonna post on YouTube. She posts on Facebook. So what do you mean, bro?
Yeah, I know. Karen got the time to post on YouTube. Laugh out loud. Well, that's not the point what I'm trying to make there, buddy. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you're trying to get the word out, right? You don't think Karen has power to create a YouTube channel and the whole movement would have mad subs in over a day? Like, she would have so many. You understand how many people? Let me take this call real quick. I'm going to take one more call.
Kevin from Boston.
Who's this?
Yeah, what's going on?
Who's this?
Kevin.
Kevin who?
Listen, I want to talk to you. Take
Talk
me
to-
off the TV.
Who's this, bro? Is this Higgins?
No, this is the one that called before.
Fucking Higgins again, bro.
No, he said.
God, that was fucking Higgins again, dude.
That
said,
was
"Take me off the TV."
remember the guy that called and said, I don't like to be on TV?
Dude, that sounded like fucking dude. That sounded like Higgins.
It sounded like that guy said it before.
Bro, that shit sounded like. Hold on a second, bro. That shit sounded like Higgins, bro. That shit sounded like Higgins, bro.
Call from Melissa.
Yo, what's up, Melissa?
Hi, how are you?
Hold on 1 second, Melissa. I'm sorry, bro.
Sure.
someone rewind that tape and clip that shit and put it up. That shit was him again, bro. He just told me to take
Jay.
him off the TV once, and he called on
But,
an
all right,
unknown.
but do you remember the time the guy called in and same shit? He said first he lied about his
Bro,
name.
I'm listening to I got these headphones on, bro. I heard his voice, bro. It sounded like Higgins, dude. Did that not sound like Higgins, people?
Says Kevin, take me off the TV, and the
He
guy
said, "Take
said
me
before,
up," like he's telling me to
I don't
lie,
like to
bro.
be on TV. That's what he said
Witness
before.
intimidation.
Dude, hold on a second, man. I'm telling you, bro. He said, why would he call in front that? He said, Kevin from Boston, take me off the fucking TV. I want to talk to you. He said that shit like on some, like, I want to talk to you like a cop. Like, he said it like on some cop shit, bro. Like, I want to talk to you. Like, take me off
Was
the
it
TV.
private number?
It was private. And then he hung right up. I don't understand why a troll would hang right up. I don't understand that. Now, I'm not saying that it was 100% him, but it sounded like him again, bro. I don't know. Well, I gotta hear it again. I don't know. It sounded because someone else could be trying to sound like him. Now that they know that, you know, we go in on them, they could be trying to sound like him on purpose and to catch me off guard. But it sounded like him. But that doesn't mean it was him. Melissa, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm here. Wait, what?
Did you hear that? Did you hear the guy call in?
No, because I was calling you, but that was a wild thing to step into. You really think it was him?
I do. The way he talked to me. He said, "This is Kevin from Boston. Take me off the TV. Like, take me off the live. I want to talk to you."
Shit.
It sounded like he was like bullying me, like a cop. Like, yo, stop being a dickhead. I gotta talk. Like, I don't know. It could be like at this point, it could be someone copying his voice because they, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
And because they know this whole thing, it's been, you know, I run it so much. But the way the energy was kind of felt like it could have been him. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check it out and give you my
Yeah, like the energy.
And then I said it to him again. I said, "Is this Higgins?" And then he hung up again.
And he hung up.
I mean, I fucked up again. I keep saying it, and he keeps hanging up.
Yes.
I should have never said it. I should have been like, "What's up, man? Damn, man."
Yeah, stop calling him out. Wow, that's wild. Okay, well, I can't top that.
Melissa, where you calling from? Where you calling from, Melissa?
I'm from Nashville.
Jay, if I send it to you, can you play it?
Yeah. Send it to me.
Yeah.
Let me play it.
On what?
Send it
to text?
No, send
Oh
it
my
to
gosh,
me.
I want to hear it.
Clip it to me and send it to me in my email so I can download it.
Holy shit, that's wild if that's true.
Yeah, Melissa, just bear with us, all right? You can stay on the phone. Just bear with us. Yo, this shit is wild, man. So that sounded like a decorated dude. Everybody, 100% Randy Lara said.
No, I got my. I don't. I think it could be Kevin Albert.
Oh my
Well, it
God.
sounds like Brian A.
Kevin from Boston? Dude, give me the clip and let's play it. We could go through it together.
I want to hear it.
Well, Melissa, unfortunately, if you want to hear it, you're going to have to hang up to hear it because you're on the phone.
Know.
You know what I mean? What you want to talk about? Let's talk real quick, and then you can hang up and hear it.
I kind of don't even want to bring it up. I feel bad about it, but I was just listening to the Glares for a little bit, and I don't like putting this stuff out on Twitter because I really don't like making unfounded accusations. But
J.F.K. show
we were
off.
talking about the possibility of other substances being involved that night. And, you know, obviously we have no evidence of that, but I was talking to my brother. My brother's a bartender. He's also a musician. He's seen it all. He's seen the late nights, the throwdowns.
Yep.
He's both in the music scene and bartending. You know, he's seen many waterfall videos in real time with his work at, 3 a.m. or whatever, 2 a.m, whenever the bar's closed. But I was giving him the rundown on some of the stuff. I had shown him the waterfall video, and I took him through, a couple of key players, things that happened that night. And he's obviously not invested in this stuff, but he entertained me. And he said, wait, a dude pulled up to pick up his sister, and then she didn't leave with him. And I said, yeah. And he goes, that was definitely a drop off.
What do you mean?
And I went, oh.
Like, what do you mean? Some drugs or something?
Yeah, just something. Who knows?
You said you were watching a Glera. What did a Glera say? What was the deal with
the glare was basically saying, like, I've seen this shit. I've seen, I don't want to totally just go down a rabbit hole here, but just, yeah, the idea that people are up all night, making bad decisions, acting, crazy, just the impulse control that you lose. Even if you're just, I'm not accusing anyone of being an addict or abusing anything like that, but just the idea of, you take a little bump here while you're partying. Right. I was always a goody, so I was never, but I've been around people, and yeah, the invincibility factor, like you're ready to go, like the clarity, it's not clarity, obviously, but the way that it makes you feel. And my brother was like, oh, no doubt. That's absolutely a possibility. That, Glare went as far as to say that Jim McCabe was snorting coke all night before testimony. Just the cotton mouth and all of that, which I think could just be nerves, but it could also be Adderall. It could be anything. But I thought that was it was just so wild that he brought it up, because my brother was just saying that, and it's something that never occurred to me before. The possibility that that's something to hang over some of the younger people's heads too. Like, you were doing stuff in this house, and I don't know. I don't know if I'm really willing to buy into all of it, but it's an interesting thing, because it would explain some of the erratic behavior and poor decision making.
Right.
Yeah, and in my experience, it's always the people you least expect that engage in that type of activity. It's always the random school teacher, the doctor, the soccer mom. Like, it's people you would not expect to be recreationally, enjoying that type of stuff. So I don't know. I was just talking about it with my brother, and then the glare went full throttle on it tonight, and I thought
he was saying, so the glare was saying they were doing that. That was a drop off. He's agreeing with you. Is that what you're saying?
I didn't hear him say the drop off thing. That was my brother's take.
Right.
He was saying the way Jim McCabe was acting on the stand and all of their behavior in totality that night is indicative of some other type of substance being involved. He was saying.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sorry,
because it's all right. Absolutely, because at the end of the day, they were drinking like fishes. You can't drink like that.
Yeah.
4 hours, 4-hour trip back and forth to New York, coming from the hillside back up there, and then that morning they're wide awake. You know what I mean? Dealing with whatever they were dealing with. Obviously we know what they were dealing with in the morning, but how were they awake? How did they? Something has to keep you up. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, Jim McCabe was up. Jim McCabe was up all night. Her data shows that.
Yeah,
she was up all night.
I wouldn't doubt it. You know what I'm saying? That's I wouldn't doubt it. And then you got to ask there's just so many questions, man, when it comes to that shit. You got to be real careful, right? All right, so I'm gonna play this. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I'm gonna play this.
Absolutely.
The whole movement would have mad subs in over a day. Like, she would have so many. You understand how many people? Let me take this call real quick. I'm gonna take one more call.
Kevin from Boston.
Who's this?
Yeah, what's going on?
Who's this?
Kevin.
Kevin who?
Listen, I want to talk to you. Take me off the TV.
Who's this, bro? Is this Higgins? Sounds like him, bro.
No, this is the one that called before.
And the sound like him would have mad subs in over a day. Like, she would have towards the end. It sounds like
the one that called before.
Let me take this call real quick. I'm gonna take one more call.
Kevin from Boston.
Who's this?
Yeah, what's going on?
Who's this?
Kevin.
Kevin who?
Listen, I want to talk to you. Take me off the TV.
Who's this, bro?
Nah.
Is this Higgins?
No, this is the one that called before.
It sounded like the TV would have mad subs in over a day. Sound like she would have so many. You understand how many people? Let me take this call real quick. I'm gonna take one more call.
Kevin from Boston.
Who's this?
Yeah, what's going on?
Who's this?
Kevin.
Kevin who?
Listen, I want to talk to you. Take me off the TV.
Who's this, bro? Is this Higgins? I don't know that.
No, this is the one that called before.
And the whole
I don't know. Yo, that sounds like Kevin Albert. Kevin Albert.
Like she
that's
would
one
have.
of the
How do you know
Alberts.
Kevin Albert? Understand how many? How do you know what he sounds like? Let me take this call real quick. I'm gonna take one more call.
Kevin from Boston.
Who's this?
Yeah, what's going on?
Who's this?
Kevin.
Kevin who?
Listen, I want to talk to you. Take me off the TV.
Who's this, bro? Is this Higgins?
No, this is the one that called before.
And the whole movement would have mad subs in over a day. Like she would have so many. You understand how many people? Let me take this call real quick. I'm gonna take one more call.
Kevin from Boston.
Now the Kevin from Boston pod don't sound like him, but when I listen to the TV pod, when he goes, "Take me off the TV." Now, if it's a low, it's someone. It's either someone who's trying to sound like Higgins, like I said, or it's him because at the end when he goes, "Take me off the TV," it sounds like him right there. When he goes, "Take me off the TV, I want to talk to you," it sounds like Higgins, like he's in a
I didn't
mellow state of
scare him
mind.
off. He hung up. Calm down, chat.
Who's this?
Yeah, what's going on?
Who's this? Hey, what's going on? Now he could now keep in mind he could be trying to disguise his voice again if it was him. Now I don't want to give you guys fake information because I'm a man of merit. I don't want to say it's him and it's not him. The last four words he said sound like
Kevin.
him. Kevin who?
Listen, I want to talk to you.
Listen, I want to talk to you. That sounded like him right there. Talk to you. And then right here, these last words
Take me
right
off
here.
the TV.
Shut off the TV.
Take me off the TV.
TV. That sounded like it. Who's this, bro?
And then
Is
he
this
hung
Higgins?
up. No, this is the one that called before. See?
He might have just been saying shut off the. If it was a faker or an imposter, it could have just been saying shut off the TV, so it's not echoing on the feed. But I don't know because I can't hear it.
Would have mad subs in over a day. Like
no,
she would
I'm
have so
on
many. You
the
understand
flight.
how many people? Let me take this call real quick. I'm gonna take one more call.
Kevin from Boston.
The Kevin from Boston don't sound like the same guy, but then again, who's this?
What if he's trying to disguise it because everyone called him out so hard the first time?
Yeah,
Yo,
but
J
why would
Flo,
he?
You're gone, bro. I don't like this dude, man. You're gone.
Who?
J Flo. I just all night you've been saying some corny.
Who's that?
Shit. J Flo.
What's he saying? Who is he?
I
Hold on
don't
before
know.
you do
He's
it.
gone.
You just.
I don't know. I didn't get rid of him yet. You want to see? I'm looking for
Where is he? What's he saying?
He just been saying dumb shit all night like that. Going against. Hold up.
Could it be AI? Nah, man, it can't be AI. You can't. Paps, man, you know about AI's generators. You can't like talk back.
That's not AI.
That's not AI. He wouldn't have hung up if it was AI. He would have kept it flowing. It was him, JFK, was in the background saying, say it. Who was in the background saying, say it? It's true. Someone was in the background talking.
Kevin.
Let me play it again. Kevin who?
Listen, I want to talk to you. Take me off.
No, he had his TV up, Jay.
Why hang up? Not even close. That's not the real Higgins. It's the same. Someone is coaching him. It's midnight. It's not him. Yo, JFK. Like, why would someone use the same name? Well, to answer the phone call, because you got to understand when you call into the Google, you got to leave a name. So if he leaves it blank, maybe he needs to try to get through. So he says Kevin from Boston. I don't know. I can tell you this much. He's a guy that wanted to talk, and he might be some type of.
But Jay, do you remember like after the Higgins call, we got that caller that said his name was something, and then he's like,
his name wasn't Kevin, though.
He said I get nervous when I'm on TV. Remember?
That was the dude Mark S, bro. I think.
Nah.
No, I remember there was a dude. It might have not been Mark S, but I remember there was a dude that said that, but he wasn't that name. He didn't say Kevin from Boston. Why would this dude say Kevin? The question is, why would he say Kevin from Boston? The last four things sounded close to him. Whatever. I mean, the dude got the pop, man. The guy who called tonight, whether it was Higgins, wasn't Higgins. Congratulations, you're watching. We're deciphering it. We're seeing if it's you, if it's not you, and if the real Higgins is out there, will you please stand up? You know what I mean? Kevin from South Boston, because now we got fake Kevins from South Boston. We got fake terminologies, fake easy monies, fake James, fake JFKs. We got fake Cameron Reeds. Now we got fake Kevin from South Boston. It's
Off the
beautiful on the
TV.
channel. Who's this, bro? Is this Higgins?
No, this is the one that called before.
And the whole movement would have mad subs in over a day. Like she would have so many. You understand how many people? Let me take this call real quick. I'm gonna take one more call.
Kevin from Boston.
Who's this?
Yeah, what's going on?
Who's this?
Kevin.
Kevin who?
Listen, I want to talk to you. Take me off the TV.
That take me off the TV, bro. I don't know, dude. I don't know. That take me off the TV sounds real close. And I'll tell you this much. Keep in mind on the Google Voice, right? If he's watching us on TV and the volume's up, he might be trying to get the message to me so I can so I can take the call off the live stream. You see what I'm saying, Melissa?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? He said what he said, right? You can't hear it, right? I don't know if you turned your TV up a little
I
bit.
can't hear it. No, yeah. I can't wait.
So, Melissa, how about this? I'm going to play it again. You want to say anything to the chat before I hang up with you so you can listen and you can tell me? Jump in the chat. What's your name in the chat? Is it Melissa? What is it?
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm under. I just responded to somebody. Probably just my actual name because I'm not afraid to hide. Yeah. But I was just going to say one more thing while you were doing all that.
Yeah.
I was just looking up Go
ahead. Turn up your phone real quick. Go ahead. You can turn it up. Turn up your TV or whatever, wherever you listen.
I have you in my ear and on my phone.
All right. So try to listen. So try to listen.
Okay, I'll try to listen.
There's going to be some feedback, but go ahead. You ready?
Okay, I hear you.
Try to listen towards the last. Of the word.
Okay.
Who's this, bro? Is this Higgins?
No, this is the one that called before.
And the whole movement would have mad subs in over a day. Like she would have so many. You understand how many people? Let me take this call real quick. I'm gonna take one more call.
Kevin from Boston.
Who's this?
Yeah, what's going on?
Who's this?
Kevin.
Kevin who?
Listen, I want to talk to you. Take me off the TV.
Who's this, bro? Is this Higgins?
No.
You heard that? Melissa? You there?
Yeah, I just heard it. Yes, sorry, I just heard it. There's a little bit of delay on the live.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Yep.
Sorry, that was weird. I've never had them both going at the same time. That was a weird echo. Yeah, the second part does sound like him.
The second part?
First part?
No.
The first part almost sounds like he's trying to give his voice an affect. Like he's trying to sound less like himself. Do you know what I mean?
I think he was trying to say, but listen, James, if he's calling on Google Voice and he's saying, take me off the TV, and it's really him, he's trying to tell me.
Maybe he'll hit you up after the show ends. When the show ends, leave the on. Hey, Higgins, he's gonna leave it on for you. And when the show ends, you call him back. You got something to say to JFK. You and him can talk.
If it's you, man, whoever it is, and if you're the imposter, call back too, because we want to know who you really are, the imposter. You could be the fake. I'll even entertain the fake Kevin from South Boston. Fuck it. Just call me back because that's what we do. We get down to the truth over here. But Melissa, say what you need to say because JFK is about to land the jet. It's interesting. The soundbite is out. It could be possible. It could be him. It sounded like he was real mellow on the couch laying back. It is 12 o'clock, James Jackson, and I'm pretty sure my man got some K-cuts that he's popping with some Hennessy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. I wish.
No, not talking to you. I'm talking about him.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying it could have been him.
I was going to say was
Nah,
While y'all were doing all
he
that, I was
sound
just looking
focused.
up, signs of cocaine use in a person. Whenever I've seen someone on coke, I've just seen like the jaw going, and the pupils. But it says lack of judgment, excessive aggression, and paranoia.
Well, that explains it.
It also says decreased appetite, or in a lot of people, it's also increased appetite. So maybe that's why they needed the donuts in the morning.
Hey,
I don't know. I'm just saying.
No, it's all good, man. I love it. I love the whole insight. It's definitely. I truly believe that they could have been. I mean, that's a lot of drinking they were doing, and they were up a lot of hours. So,
Yeah. Well, they were after partying too. That's
Yeah.
what makes me question it. Is who after parties and 40, 50 years old? What else is going on? That's all. So,
well, listen, Melissa, I
all
appreciate
right.
the
Well,
call
thank
and
you.
hanging in there. And jump in the chat real quick so I can see you. Say it's me who called, so I can see exactly who you are. And we'll talk again
Absolutely.
soon. Okay.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks,
All right.
dear. Talk to you later.
Peace and love.
Bye.
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 Melissa, ladies and gentlemen. Melissa, ladies and gentlemen, for sure. Melissa, ladies and gentlemen. Let me do this.
Yeah, if he calls, like we said.
JFK back in the building tonight. Listen, I don't know if that was the real Higgins. I don't want to say anything, but towards the end, it sounded like he was laid up on his couch, and I want to talk to you. Keep in mind, I'll just leave you with this jewel, people. When you call on Google Voice, you got to leave your name. And if he's thinking that there's a little space in time before it actually hits his TV, and that I'll take it right off, and I didn't do that. So if it was him, you guys can jump on Twitter and say JFK sucks, because I could have. He wasn't going to talk anyway because he was watching the live. As soon as he heard his voice on the live, he was hanging up. He didn't want no more. So whoever it was did not want to be on the TV. Did not want to be live. Whoever it was did not. I want to talk to you. Did not want to be live. They just called up to send a message like, "Hey, let's talk, but not live." So if you're out there watching, whoever you are, I'm going to end this live right now. My phone line's still open. Give me a call. You won't be live. I won't record you. I'm not a scumbag. And you can say whatever you want to me. You could tell me whatever your insight is. I don't care if you're a fake Kevin from Boston. I'll listen to you. I give you 10 minutes. I'm going to hang up, but I give you 10 minutes of talk time, but I'm only keeping my phone line, this Google Voice thing, open till 12:25. After 12:25, I'm shutting it off and you can't call me. I won't see it. So if you call it, I won't see it. So unless you leave a message. And you got till 12:25, I'll say 12:30. You get till 12:30 to call me, whoever you are, the fake Kevin from South Boston, the real Kevin from South Boston. Or if the real Kevin from South Boston, if you're not the real Kevin from South Boston and you're watching too, give me a call. Tell me what you want to tell me. You know what I mean? You see how me and James move. We're not going to throw you under the bus. Tell us what you want to talk to us about. We can hear you out. At least we could do that. But with that being said, I go by the name of JFK.
I go by the name of James Jackson.
It's been a long flight, James Jackson.
Sure has.
I appreciate everybody, and you already know what this is. We love every last one of y'all. And the crazy part about everything is a lot of you people out there say, a lot of you women out there say, we're the problem, but shit, you know what it is, right? You might be the reason. And we out. Let's go.
You say I'll never change, just to go around town with some gasoline, just trying to bomb a flame, gonna burn the whole place down. And how do you explain ever falling in love with a guy like me in the first place, and turn around and say that I'm the worst thing? I guess I'm the problem, and your meds never do no wrong. If I'm so awful, then why'd you stick around this long? And if it's the whiskey, then why you keep on pulling it off the shelf? You hate that when you look at me, you halfway see yourself, and it got me thinking, if I'm the problem, well, you might be the real
try to go our separate ways. And we're back and forth like a swinging door, and tomorrow's like yesterday. Some days better than the night before, and you're back with me again. Then you go and tell your friends that I'm the problem, and your mess never do no wrong. If I'm so awful, then why'd you stick around this long? And if it's the whiskey, then why you keep on pulling it off the shelf? You hate that when you look at me, you halfway see yourself, and it got me thinking, if I'm the problem, well, you might be the reason. If I'm such a waste of breath, such a waste of time, then why are you on your way to waste another Friday night? If I'm the problem, and your mess never do no wrong. If I'm so awful, then why'd you stick around this long? And if it's the whiskey, then why you keep on pulling it off the shelf? You hate that when you look at me, you halfway see yourself, and it got me thinking, if I'm the problem, well, you might be the reason.
And the whole movement would have mad subs in over a day. Like, she would have so many. You understand how many people? Let me take this call real quick. I'm gonna take one more call.
Kevin from Boston.
Who's this?
Yeah, what's going on?
Who's this?
Kevin.
Kevin who?
Listen, I want to talk to you. Take me off the TV.
Who's this, bro? Is it Higgins?
No, this is the one that called before.
And the whole movement would have mad subs in over a day. Like, she would have so many. You understand how many people? Let me take this call real quick. I'm gonna take one more call.
Kevin from Boston.
Who's this?
Yeah, what's going on?
Who's this?
Kevin.
Kevin who?
Listen, I want to talk to you. Take me off the TV.
Who's this, bro? Is it Higgins?
No, this is the one that called before.
And the whole movement would have mad subs in over a day. Like, she would have so many. You understand how many people? Let me take this call real quick. I'm gonna take one more call.
Kevin from Boston.
Who's this?
Yeah, what's going on?
Who's this?
Kevin.
Kevin who?
Listen, I want to talk to you. Take me off the TV.
Who's this, bro? Is it Higgins?
No, this is the one that called before.
And the whole movement would have mad subs in over a day. Like, she would have so many. You understand how many people? Let me take this call real quick. I'm gonna take one more call.
Kevin from Boston.
Who's this?
Yeah, what's going on?
Who's this?
Kevin.
Kevin who?
Listen, I want to talk to you. Take me off the TV.
Who's this, bro? Is it Higgins?
No, this is the one that called before.
And the whole movement would have mad subs in over a day. Like, she would have so many. You understand how many people? Let me take this call real quick. I'm gonna take one more call.
Kevin from Boston.
Who's this?
Yeah, what's going on?
Who's this?
Kevin.
Kevin who?
Listen, I want to talk to you. Take me off the TV.
Who's this, bro? Is it Higgins?
No, this is the one that called before.
And the whole movement would have mad subs in over a day. Like, she would have so many. You understand how many people? Let me take this call real quick. I'm gonna take one more call.
Kevin from Boston.
Who's this?
Yeah, what's going on?
Who's this?
Kevin.
Kevin who?
Listen, I want to talk to you. Take
Talk
me
to-
off the TV.
Who's this, bro? Is this Higgins?
No, this is the one that called before.
And the whole movement would have mad subs in over a day. Like she would have so many. You understand how many people? Let me take this call real quick. I'm gonna take one more call.
Kevin from Boston.
Who's this?
Yeah, what's going on?
Who's this?
Kevin.
Kevin who?
Listen, I want to talk to you. Take
Talk
me
to-
off the TV.
Who's this, bro? Is this Higgins?
No, this is the one that called before.
And the whole movement would have mad subs in over a day. Like she would have so many. You understand how many people? Let me take this call real quick. I'm gonna take one more call.
Kevin from Boston.
Who's this?
Yeah, what's going on?
Who's this?
Kevin.
Kevin who?
Listen, I want to talk to you. Take
Talk
me
to-
off the TV.
Who's this, bro? Is this Higgins?
No, this is the one that called before.
And the whole movement would have mad subs in over a day. Like she would have so many. You understand how many people? Let me take this call real quick. I'm gonna take one more call.
Kevin from Boston.
Who's this?
Yeah, what's going on?
Who's this?
Kevin.
Kevin who?
Listen, I want to talk to you. Take
Talk
me
to-
off the TV.
Who's this, bro? Is this Higgins?
No, this is the one that called before.
And the whole movement would have mad subs in over a day. Like she would have so many. You understand how many people? Let me take this call real quick. I'm gonna take one more call.
Kevin from Boston.
Who's this?
Yeah, what's going on?
Who's this?
Kevin.
Kevin who?
Listen, I want to talk to you. Take
Talk
me
to-
off the TV.
Who's this, bro? Is this Higgins?
No, this is the one that called before.
And the whole movement would have mad subs in over a day. Like she would have so many. You understand how many people? Let me take this call real quick. I'm gonna take one more call.
Kevin from Boston.
Who's this?
Yeah, what's going on?
Who's this?
Kevin.
Kevin who?
Listen, I want to talk to you. Take
Talk
me
to-
off the TV.
Who's this, bro? Is this Higgins?
No, this is the one that called before.
And the whole movement would have mad subs in over a day. Like she would have so many. You understand how many people? Let me take this call real quick. I'm gonna take one more call.
Kevin from Boston.
Who's this?
Yeah, what's going on?
Who's this?
Kevin.
Kevin who?
Listen, I want to talk to you. Take
Talk
me
to-
off the TV.
Who's this, bro? Is this Higgins?
No, this is the one that called before.
And the whole movement would have mad subs in over a day. Like she would have so many. You understand how many people? Let me take this call real quick. I'm gonna take one more call.
Kevin from Boston.
Who's this?
Yeah, what's going on?
Who's this?
Kevin.
Kevin who?
Listen, I want to talk to you. Take
Talk
me
to-
off the TV.
Who's this, bro? Is this Higgins?
No, this is the one that called before.
And the whole movement would have mad subs in over a day. Like she would have so many. You understand how many people? Let me take this call real quick. I'm gonna take one more call.
Kevin from Boston.
Who's this?
Yeah, what's going on?
Who's this?
Kevin.
Kevin who?
Listen, I want to talk to you. Take
Talk
me
to-
off the TV.
Who's this, bro? Is this Higgins?
No, this is the one that called before.
And the whole movement would have mad subs in over a day. Like she would have so many. You understand how many people? Let me take this call real quick. I'm gonna take one more call.
Kevin from Boston.
Who's this?
Yeah, what's going on?
Who's this?
Kevin.
Kevin who?
Listen, I want to talk to you. Take
Talk
me
to-
off the TV.
Who's this, bro? Is this Higgins?
No, this is the one that called before.
And the whole movement would have mad subs in over a day. Like she would have so many. You understand how many people? Let me take this call real quick. I'm gonna take one more call.
Kevin from Boston.